And what is going on, everybody out there? All of you beauts and beauties, it is episode number 116 of Hat Trick Hockey, which is always brought to you by our good friends over at GL Heritage, the official beer of Hat Trick Hockey. If you look at my shirt, Tristan's hat, Rob's shirt there, just smash the link on the post. It'll bring you right into our merch store for you to collect all your sweet HTH merch. As always, Ant here coming to you live from inside Windsor Laser Cutting Studios. Before we get started here, we'll bring in the boys. We'll bring in Rob. Rob.
Coming to you live from the Claru and Son Studios. Let me just kick it over to my boy, Tristan.
Hello, everyone. This is Tristan McGuire coming to you live from Barker Builds and Adams Eaves, custom fabrication and repairs, located in beautiful Harrow, Ontario.
So the boys are back.
Attaboy.
We're in.
That was well said, Tristan. Yes. Well said.
I think it's a stash. I think it's giving them a little more confidence.
Look at the fucking head on that baby. There's a lion drowning in suds.
Boys, what the fuck's up? It feels like I haven't talked to you guys in forever.
It's been
a couple of weeks, eh?
Yeah.
A couple of weeks.
Boys.
Well, me, I just been killing it, everything, like from beers to cooking chili to stew. Like it's getting to that season, right? Like I just been having a great time. Like we had this couple weeks off, and when we're still killing 73s games.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just having a blast. Like life's good.
That's beauty.
Tristan? Yeah, it is. You know what? Life is good for me as well, I'm happy to say. Just working through school as of right now, trying to get a little free time for myself too, catching some 73s games, and then outside of that, playing some recreational volleyball. So it's going good.
Yeah.
Tristan, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I was at the hockey game last night, and you have a cousin on the fire department?
Yes, I do. Mark Sweeney. Mark Sweeney. Mark Sweeney.
Mark Sweeney. Because that's right. Because he's like, oh, we'll hear about this game on a podcast, won't we? And I turn around and I'm like, you listen to the podcast? And he's like, oh yeah. He's like, Tristan's my cousin. And I'm like, oh, what's your name? And he said Sweeney. He didn't say Mark. Okay. And I'm like, so I was talking to Tatey today. I went and had a drink at Chuck's, or no free ads, but so I say, I'm like, yeah, you got a cousin on the fire department. He's like, nope. Like
other
Tatey's
side.
Tatey's like, nope. He's like, it's got to be Tristan's mom's side.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, okay, no worries. Like,
yeah.
But yeah, it was really cool though that the places we bump into people about our podcast is so awesome.
It is cool. Like I
feel like royalty.
The show's growing, boys.
Like we're podcast royalty.
The show's growing, fellas.
So
we're growing.
Cheers to that.
We're growing, boys.
Cheers is right.
So I'm gonna apologize to everybody at first to hear if my voice sounds a little fucked up during this episode, just because I've been fighting a little bit of a cold lately, and it's really hitting me hard. So I think I had the same thing that Rob did a few weeks ago there, where he just crushed naps, right? I'm not even shitting you guys. I napped 3 times today.
Buddy, whiskey gets rid of it.
I have some.
Telling you.
I do have some.
You. It's the Irish NyQuil.
Oh, yeah, fuck.
Tristan, ask your dad.
So as you guys know, I've been super busy with some shit lately. Like so for instance, my hat here, Lee, who actually, Tristan, I have a shirt and a hat for you, and I have a hoodie for Rob as well. Lee actually dropped those for you guys, so he wanted everybody to have some merch. So shout out Lee Harris.
Thank you so much, Lee.
Total beaut.
So Lee and I went, as you guys know, we went on a little bit of a hockey skating tour, shall we say, around Essex County. So Lee came down for a couple days to explain to everybody here. So Lee came down for a couple days. We skated with a minor hockey team, a AAA minor.
Well, explain what Lee does.
Okay, so Lee is if you listen to us. Lee's been on the show twice. He is the skating coach for the Columbus Jackets. So he so him and I were kind of shooting the shit after he did our last show with us a few weeks back or a month or so back or whatever. And on the show, he was saying how he does a bunch of skates and everything with like AAA stuff around his area. So when we got off the air or whatever, I shot him a text and I just said, well, why don't you do anything like that around here? And he said to me, set it up and I will. So I was like, yeah, fucker. So I had a feeling he was challenging me on it. So in 3 hours, I had him Lakeshore, Essex, and Leamington Flyers ready to skate. And then we added on the AAA program as well. So we skated with 2 teams on Wednesday and 2 teams on the Thursday that week that Lee was down. So he was down from November 9th to the 11th, and he was down. And let me tell you, when it comes to the 3 junior teams, you'll hear during the interview today, but he fucking rinsed these guys. Like, he skated them hard. I've never seen some of the drills like this, and he skated him hard. Lee did a fantastic job. He came home, did it all for free, just donated his time. He did a little like media tour that I had like set everything up for him too. So we did 2 radio interviews. He did a news paper interview with the Harrow News, and as you guys seen, that we were both on the news as well when he was down. So the show got a lot of attention. Like, Lee made sure that he smeared us everywhere. So big shout out to Lee Harrison for what he does. So I think we kind of talked about off the air. So we're going to be doing it again in January. We're going to be focusing on more minor hockey this time around. We can't quite say we kind of know what teams he'll be on the ice with, but we're not going to say it just yet. So
okay.
But Lee is going to be coming back in January sometime for us to do round 2.
If there's a girls team out there that we're gonna do, like maybe I could go out and skate with them, like just I want to make everybody look good.
Yeah. I will say we are gonna dabble into the girls hockey. We want to give back to the girls hockey too, considering that it is growing in this area.
For sure, because they're so important, right?
They're
so important.
They are. So look for round 2 with Lee when he comes back here and we kill it again. So hopefully you guys can go on tour with us a little bit.
Yeah.
It'd be nice.
Yeah.
So I invited you guys out last time. You guys were probably busy and running around.
I don't know if you did. I knew it was from sometime to sometime, but
Tristan, did I not tell you guys when we were going to be?
Yeah, you did.
You did.
did.
I was honestly
we never
just
had no
busy.
follow-up on it. Wouldn't you say, Tristan? Like, we kind of got fucking hosed on it.
Well, it's because no one fucking writes in the chat ananymore. Everybody's
Well, I do.
busy, just saying.
Tristan never
Just
does.
saying. So
Tristan never does. I don't even think he has
I
a
listen.
phone.
Okay, I put that talking about I don't even remember who it was. Was it Eric Carlson? Yeah, Eric Carlson to the Wings. That was a talking point. We can talk about that later though. So
yeah. So anyways, suck it, Rob. You guys are always invited. Anyways, next thing I want to actually touch on real quick is this past Saturday I played in the alumni game for the Leafs alumni game. Shout out Stashy for the sponsor for having me play in the game. And boys,
Who was Stashy? Like, go into the Stashy. Like,
I explained this already, but okay, let's go into it again. So Stashy is my buddy's.
Well, you need to give him a shout out,
West.
right? Because
okay,
he paid for your thing going on. Right?
Thanks, coach. But anyway, so Stashy is essentially a storage company. It's kind of like an Airbnb for your storage. So pretty much, so he's building it out west. So I'm not gonna throw exact numbers out, but my buddy bought this company, I believe, extremely cheap, shall we say, and it's growing at a massive rate. So shout out Stashy. I'm sure this isn't gonna be the last that you guys are gonna hear of them. Let's put it.
Can we buy into this company? Like, can we get?
I don't know. We would have to shoot the shit with him on that. But
get a little bit of stock.
Well, let's get him on.
Yeah.
Let's get him on. I
want
to make money.
So it's Ryan Livesey is his name. He's a beauty. So Ryan is from Harrow. So we played hockey together our whole lives. So when I had mentioned the alumni game, and he wants to be a sponsor of the show, but he wants to build the company a little bit before he does it. So for him to do minimal with us right now and still be involved. So that's why when he said, well, how much is it to play in the alumni game? And I said to him, he's like, well, then we'll just freaking pay for it. And then we're kind of in with you a little bit. And then when the company grows a little bit, he's going to come on full time with us. So
Awesome.
yeah, so Ryan's a beauty. So he paid
No
for me
part-time rides.
Yeah.
No part-time rides.
So he
like
paid
figure it
for
out,
me-
bud.
He
Figure it
paid
out.
for me to
Let's go.
play in the game. But let me tell you guys something. Those guys are older and retired and this and that. They fucking snap the puck around. Like when I was sitting on the bench and it's ice level and you're like on the ice with them and shit. Let me tell you, Todd Warner fucking flies still. They had Peter Holland. He's fucking 31. Like, you know what I mean?
Todd Warner's a dad rocket.
Yeah, he comes streaking down the wing and it looked like he barely snapped his wrist and he shot at like 80, 85 miles an hour. Rocket. And I'm just
Poddick was telling me he played too, right? And
Yeah.
Queenie.
Yeah, and Queen.
So
Queen
Poddick was
scored
telling
twice.
me, he said, our fastest guy, like fastest forward, he was like blue line. He's like 2 strides and Warner's got a breakaway.
Yeah, it was nuts.
That's how good he still is.
They took 2 strides and they were like 5 ahead of us.
Yeah, it's unreal.
But the way they moved the puck was very impressive. Like obviously they're ex-NHLers, right?
Yeah, I mean that's
But
the difference
still,
between pro
but
and
they
not
moved the
pro.
puck so fucking good. You guys, there's gonna be a little like video coming out in a bit of me. So I wore my like freaking helmet cam for it to get like awesome footage with these guys. It was nuts, man. Like I couldn't believe how good these guys were. Al Iafredi and how big they were. Like big, like I would have been the smallest guy over there. I think, like truly, like Warner's got to like probably an inch or 2 on me. Peter Holland was the one I lined up on the wing with him. He fucking towered over me. This guy towered over me. He was one of the nicest guys too, was shooting the shit with me the whole time. All the guys were super nice. They were super awesome with us. So what came along with us playing in the game.
They're Maple Leafs. They're beauties.
Yeah. They are beauties. So I'll give you that. The only downfall
assholes like fucking Draper and McCartney.
The only downfall is that they did play for the Leafs. But anyways, but yeah, they were all super nice. So with our game and everything, we got the whole VIP experience with them. So we got to talk to them at the same time as going out on the ice with them and sharing the ice with them as well. So it was a good experience. So look for that video. And so that will be coming out soon.
That video better not be coming out before our golf video.
I agree. So
like I'm gonna lose my mind.
I know. I would love to see that golf video too.
Especially the one I hit backwards.
That was
golf
insane.
cart.
Tristan, tell me you got it.
I did. I got it.
He's got
I love it. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Dude, I fucking hit one. I think the chunk of grass I hit went further than the ball the one time. We were all laughing.
Dude, I hit it straight up in the air.
It was crazy.
With
straight
my
up.
I hit my what was it? My fairway what do you call that?
Like your fairway
Not my
wood?
fairway wood, but my
Hybrid?
yeah, I hit my hybrid.
Yeah.
And I topped this thing so hard, it went in front of me, straight up in the air. And when I brought my club back down, it hit the ball backwards, probably 40 yards. And Billy and Doug are leaning on the golf cart, and it went right through the golf cart. And I was rattled because I was like, oh my God, I could have killed one of you two.
And you got all that on video?
All of it's on video.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Like, what are we doing with this? Like, there were so many good shots. There were so.
I can't wait to see. Okay, well, we'll talk about that after.
That shit's got to get on there soon.
I know, because we have like 2 to 3 videos that have to be dropped.
Right.
So, like, you know what I mean? We got the golf, Lee Harris, the alumni game. Like, we got some shit coming out.
Yeah.
So look for that, people. It's gonna.
And
be
I'm sure
fun.
your brother got a bunch of shit with you, fucking clowns.
Oh fuck! Yeah.
Big Pat and the boys.
We got some good stuff, man. Yeah. So yeah, it was good, man. It was a good time. But anyways, let's go on to our little contest we have here going on. So I'm going to post it again. Sorry, we've been kind of off as everybody starts. I seen Tristan like twisting his like fucking Mario earlier. So we're doing a little stash, you know, it being Movember. We gotta represent the fellas. Okay, so I'm gonna make a post again. Yes, Pat Cox, Jeff Barker, these guys, I share our post and then they post it on mine. I'm like, no, the original post, guys. So you gotta, the one rule I'm gonna say is it has to be on the Hat Trick Hockey post. Okay.
And everybody gets to see.
Yes, so everybody sees it. It can't go on my post when I share it. It can't go on Tristan's or Rob's post when they share it. It has to be on the Hat Trick Hockey post. Are we all in agreement on that?
Agreed.
Okay, so I will make a post again. What was funny about the original post was I had all the beauties like Lanny McDonald. I had all the guys with just majestic stashes on that post. So I will do it again. And everybody, once again, it has to be on the Hat Trick Hockey post. And the winner who has the greasiest, dirtiest stash is going to win a Hat Trick Hockey hoodie.
Yeah, it looks like I'm going to win it.
So I'm going to throw that. Barker's got a fucking duster on him right now, too. I'm going to tell you that. So
got to see it.
Yeah. So look for that. So like I said, I'll post it again. I'll probably put it up maybe the day the episode drops. On Friday, we'll put it
Tristan's
up.
got the Sidney Crosby fucking
he does.
stash going on.
He does. I'm like full fucking beard right now, but
that's because you're an idiot.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Well, just fucking shave it and put it in a duster.
Imagine me with just this.
Yeah.
Hey,
I've been shaving my chin, or else I'd look like Shaggy from Scooby Doo. So.
Okay, Raggy.
I actually have the right voice for it right now, where I can do it. All I got to do is put my voice up a little higher. I can sound like it. Fucking brutal. Anyways, fellas. So yeah. So look.
Awesome. So, that was great, Tristan. That was great.
That is a good analogy too, or a good comparison, shall we say? So. Look for that post, okay, guys. We want to get as many greasy, dirty duster.
Yeah, you got 2 more
sweaters.
Weeks. You got 2 more weeks.
Mm-hmm. So
let's say. So what are we? The 22nd, 23rd today?
Right now, I believe.
23rd today. So we'll say December 5th. The announcement will be December 5th.
We'll announce the winner then.
Yes.
But the contest date stops after November
30th.
Yes,
right.
That will be the last day to get your photos in. December 1, it's over.
Fuck girls, boys, figure it out. Throw your mustaches up there. Let's go.
Girls,
boys. He says that's
the old Italian women.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've kissed a girl that had a bigger mustache than you, Tristan.
Sure.
Holy shit, that's fucking funny. All right, fellas, let's get into it, shall we?
Let's go.
Let's fucking go, baby. So 73s still have only lost 1 game. Boys are buzzing. It was a very eventful night last night, shall we say, at the game. How do we describe that game, Rob?
I would go with
I think it had a little bit of everything.
I would say like very eventful. Like it was a slow start. Mm-hmm. Second period, the boys just started freaking clapping it around, and they were so impressive. Like I was blown away. Mm-hmm. Like Jamie McDermott has this team buzzing,
dialed.
You know, like and you gotta give props to Mike Lou Lamoriello Paley.
Yeah,
like he's got this team like
on all cylinders.
Juggernaut.
Yeah,
he's got a juggernaut there.
Yeah, they really are.
Like, when you guys agree?
Oh, 100%.
Yes. Yeah, this team is like the 01-02 Wings team. Just a bunch of all-stars from their respective teams.
God. Like, why would you go there?
Well, because the Leafs don't have any all-star teams.
Oh.
Let's be real. Like, top to bottom, this is the best Essex team I've seen in my life as of now. With the talent level they have, just Their two goalies lead the league combined with shutouts. Every
McBride has like 5.
yeah, and McCabe has 3 out of his 6 games.
Yeah.
Like it's
Is that good?
it's incredible.
Right.
That's not good.
Right.
Did they break the game or? But yeah,
Yeah,
it's
they broke
nuts.
the simulation.
What I like to see, boys, is they're fucking sticking up for each other. We had some fucking fisticuffs last night.
Mhm.
So the game got a little bit out of hand in the third period. It was
Well, Moortown started running around like a bunch of.
yeah, they did. They started running around. I knew
dicks.
I kind of had a feeling shit was gonna pop off. I just had that weird feeling.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it was
Saw it coming.
it was in the air, shall I
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
And
There was a buzz. There was
oh
a
yeah,
buzz.
there was a buzz. And then so how it all kind of started was there was a play in front of the net, and it was happening because me and freaking Ethan were sitting right there. So there was a play up front of the net or whatever, normal hockey play, and they started cross-checking Shirky. So Shirky, whatever, does his thing, pushes him away. Well, he goes to skate up ice. Now there's 2 of them, and they're cross-checking him. And I said, right here, all hell is gonna break loose. Well, next thing you know, we got a pile up. It's fucking gloves all over.
There was a kid that came in from nowhere.
Yeah.
Like jump shirt.
Yes. And Jack Bulmer had an absolute tilt. Right
What a fucking beauty. Because he
Yeah,
came
so-
in to Shirk's rescue.
Yes, he
Not
did.
that anybody else wasn't involved in it. Everybody was involved in it. It was just a big melee at center ice.
Yeah, it was very quick to just be in full scale.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was but what, like I said, what I like, I'm not gonna talk about it too much because we shot shit about it during our interview, but it was but the thing that I like the most is, like I said, they're sticking up for each other. And that's
Yep.
what we need going down the stretch here is the boys sticking up for each other.
Mhm.
So that way, when they go into the playoffs to make a run here, everybody's on the same page. Everybody's fucking standing up for each other. They're buzzing, they're scoring, they're shooting goals. The freaking goalies are hot right now. Everything right now is just A+ for when it comes to the 73s right now.
All for one and one for all.
Yeah, exactly. 100%. We did have a little bit of a scary injury. One of the Moortown guys got mixed up with one of our boys and ended up where he just kind of like landed on his head almost, pretty much is what happened. And so with about 10 minutes left, the game was called. It was already 5-0 Essex. So the game got called. So due to his injury, he was stretchered off the ice. But Rob, you said you had a little bit of an update on him, right?
Yeah. So Jordan Broman texted me throughout the day and said like he had a CAT scan and an MRI and everything's good. Just like kind of like banged up in a car accident. You know what I mean? Like he got some bumps and bruises but moving all the extremities and talking and like you know.
I'm glad he's okay, obviously.
So we're all grateful that he's okay. You know what I mean? Like nobody wants to see anything like that happen to any kid.
No,
And
that's scary.
I did message the Moortown Flags to ask how he was doing as well, because we didn't have this update.
Yeah.
So I just shot something out to them to just say that we were at the game and we just hope that he was okay. And
But what's great about our friends and followers, like they're always fucking throwing shit at us, just giving us knowledge about what's going on.
And it's funny that you say that, Rob, is because I got probably 2 or 3 messages last night from followers and listeners and stuff that have those cop scanners, police scanners.
Yep.
And they were telling me that on the way to the hospital, they were listening to them talk to the hospital on the way there. And what he was saying, he was complaining of neck and back pain, which is quite obvious, right?
Oh, you got dropped on your head.
Yeah, he did. So like we said, we hope he's okay, which he is now. We know he's good, and we want to see him back on the ice soon with his team. So speedy recovery to that player. So scary shit.
Very scary.
Okay. So I don't think that I think that what we're talking about right now, it shouldn't be a part of the interview. The interview should be the interview, and this should be this. And then we drop both these episodes twice a week. That being said,
now he's on board. Fucking guy.
Yeah. no. That being said, I want to talk to you guys about fighting in junior C hockey. Or hockey in general, junior A, junior B, junior
just
C,
whatever,
like,
just fighting.
Yep.
like where if you get a chance to drop the gloves, or I have to wrestle you to the ground, or like, so we start out and we pull buckets off, but no punches are thrown, and then the next thing you know, you grab my pants and flip me on top of my head instead of me and you just throwing knuckles.
Exchanging knuckle soothers.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, sometimes though, guys get knocked out. I think that's what they're worried
sure
about.
they do, but I'll guarantee you less
percentage.
guys get hurt in a fight
Yeah.
than they do in a wrestling match and getting dropped on their head and everybody knows how slickery ice is. And one twist leans to another, boom, you end up on top of me, my head bounces off the ice, and I can't even protect myself, right?
So what you're essentially saying is it's kind of almost safer to just fight.
Drop the gloves.
It is.
Drop the gloves. Yeah. Like, if I'm wrong, then this is a discussion the three of us are having. So there's three opinions coming on here. And I've played hockey where I've had fights, I've had wrestling matches, and it is so easy when you square up with somebody and I don't want to fight them. So I grab them by the front of the pants and I lift their legs up.
Yeah.
And I land right on top of them, but their helmet's still on. We haven't pulled the helmets off.
Yeah.
But if I don't want to fight them, I'm going to just grab them by the front of the pants.
Yeah. You're going down.
Right. You are going down because you have no skates to hold on. Yeah. But if we're going to go, because it's so much easier, like doing that to a taller guy.
Oh yeah.
Where it is so much like I'll fight a smaller guy, but a taller guy, it's so much easier just to grab him by the front of the pants and pull him, just pull back.
Yeah.
And they'll go down and you end up on top of them. You know what I mean? Now somebody may have gotten hurt. Or you drop the gloves and go.
When I was playing, it was kind of weird. Like our era, it was like, that's when they didn't have the, like, if you took your own helmet off, it was, you know what I mean? It was almost honorable for us to do it then. You know what I mean? Like, that's how we did it. Like, we dropped our gloves, we took our own helmets off. So that way you didn't hurt your hand, right? You didn't get in those wrestling matches. You know what I mean? It was, when we were playing, it was just straight up fucking like, you want to go, let's go. We drop our gloves, we fucking give the lid a spin and fucking let's go. Like, that's how it was with us. Yeah. I don't know how it was with like you, Rob. Did like you guys ever do that?
Nobody ever spun buckets.
No, yeah, that was how we did it.
No. You pulled buckets off.
Yeah, we had those where you would pull the bucket. Like
Nate Grant had the tightest bucket I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah, but then
there wasn't a soul. He had the old Cooper ones where you could click them in the side and they would just lock. There wasn't I think Nate most of the time lost blood to his brain because his bucket was so tight. Yeah. And he was the dirtiest prick that I've ever seen play hockey.
I told him too. I was like, just hearing stories about you, Nate, if I played against you, I'd want to fucking kill you.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. But he was like shirky. Yeah. He was like shirky, but worse.
I've seen worse. I've seen guys, because back in the day too, they used to like try to grab your straps, right? And I've seen one guy fucking, I'm not even shitting you, I could not believe it. But I was like, fuck, that's kind of genius. So you know the actual snap on your helmet. Yeah. I've seen guys put like a screw in that, like through the center of the snap. So your helmet, and then they would just have tape over it. So it just looks like your strap is taped.
Yeah, but how do you get the bucket on?
They would just slide it on their head. But I mean, when you grabbed the strap and you undid the straps, it would just kind of hang there. So the cage, everything was still fucking completely done up. I was like, that's dirty pool.
You're a pussy then.
That's
You're a
dirty
pussy.
pool. But that's
You're a
genius.
fucking pussy.
I thought it was funny. But I
You're a
personally used to just give my helmet a spin because I didn't want anybody like jerking my neck. I'd rather have a black eye than my
You
neck.
give your bucket a spin and then Drew would come in.
No, that was after Drew was already kicked out. Rob, I had to
So,
fight for
I was
myself
fucking with
sometimes.
you. I'm just
Sometimes I
fucking
had
with
to.
you.
But
I feel just from what you're proposing, Rob, I agree with everything you had said about, just letting him go without, and when it comes to ref in, the only area where I feel that could be appropriate for a linesman to step in is maybe near like a dasher, or if you're near the net, like the posts.
or if it gets
Because then I think you start to get in the area. If a guy gets into a matcher, he gets clocked and he falls or goes the wrong way and he's hitting his head into a dasher or off a post. You're looking at some long-term injury there, as opposed to, if they're at center ice and you're going to catch a right hook, it's a shiner or a split lip. But
yeah.
Right. That's why you go to the center, right?
Yeah.
A lot of the times if they fight near the nets, the ref will just push the net away.
Yeah.
I've seen
That's
that
true.
happen too.
So now, am I wrong? You were at the game, Ant.
Yeah.
You weren't, Tristan, because you had you had to, were you doing the teddy bear thing? Like
He had
Sure.
school stuff.
like,
Schoolwork.
build a bear?
I'm pursuing my life.
You were
So
at the build a
Yes.
bear.
Tristan
thing?
had school. So anyways,
Yeah.
Rob, what are you saying? I know you're picking on him, but
build a bear.
I know, but I got it. He's a newbie. He's a rookie. Hey, it's a fucking.
so he's
rookie
hazing
time.
him. He's hazing.
Right. So, anyways, fuck, where was I going with this?
Said that I was at the game last night.
Yeah. So when Shirk got grabbed,
Mm-hmm.
did you not find that the linesmen were very aggressive?
Yeah, they should have just let him fight.
Right. Let them tire themselves out. It's a fight. Fuck. Let them go.
Mm-hmm.
Like, am I wrong?
No.
Like, I don't understand why the linesmen got to jump in. Like, I found that Shirt got hurt only because of the linesman.
Mm-hmm. And we're lucky that he's not severely hurt.
Right. He could have broke
knocked
his
himself
face.
out. Yeah.
So his bucket gets popped off. His arms get tied up. Linesman comes in. Everybody's wrestling around. The other Moortown guys in there. Both the linesmen are in there, and then somebody loses their balance. Well, next thing you know, Shirt goes down, smokes his face off the ice.
Mm-hmm.
I have a counterpart to that, and it's the age-old saying that hindsight is 20/20. We're sitting here now saying that the ref not jumping in would have been the better outcome because it would have led to less of an injury to Shirk, but we can't say that for sure. So at that time, I'm trying to put myself in the referee or linesman's position. They might have felt that with the player already been seriously injured, they didn't want that anymore. So they intervened before anything could be started, or that's the only reason I think like that's.
No, and I get what you're saying. Tristan. But
also
that
that
being
brawl
said,
happened before the injury last night.
It did?
Yes.
Let them go. Let them tire themselves out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like,
and Shirky,
I'm going to tell you this right now. If you let guys go, and there's going to be rats out there, right? And they're like, I don't got to worry about it. The linesmen are just going to jump in.
Yeah,
Shirk's not that guy.
No.
Shirk's not that guy. But there are rats running around out on the ice that say, I don't got to worry about this because I'm just going to tie him up. And then next thing you know, the refs are going to jump in. And that's when stupid shit happens.
And Shirky, do up your fucking fight straps for fuck's sakes. Your shirt came over your head so fucking quick. It was like his lid flew off, then Whoop shirt was right off. I'm like, oh, because Mike had said to me a few weeks back, because some of the sponsors, not us, but some of the sponsors were saying that when the guys would skate or whatever, the shirt would get tucked in so you couldn't see who the sponsor was on the bottom of the shirt. So Mike said we had fight straps installed and into all their shirts, so that way they don't do that.
Like, so are the fight straps in the pants?
So what it is, there's a little,
It's a tab.
yeah,
almost.
it's like exactly.
But are they in the pants to hold the shirt down?
I believe so, yes. So what they do,
yeah, they connect down too. They
Yeah.
come from the jersey to the pant, and they
Yeah,
can attach there.
But that's the thing, right? Like nobody's
They
a
essentially
Gretzky.
snap
Nobody's
in.
a Gretzky out there. So keep your shirt, look prim and proper. It's
Yeah.
like those fucking idiots that wear two different socks.
Oh yeah, I hate seeing that too.
Like,
unless you like
figure it
left
out.
one at home, unless you like left one at home and
One
you only have
time.
two in your bag. Yeah,
one
like, okay.
time.
I agree with you on that, because I always have matching socks when I play.
Right.
Yeah,
Hey,
I agree.
Be professional, look professional.
I
Yep.
agree. But anyways, let's move on here, fellas, shall we?
Yeah, sounds good.
Tristan,
it
you got
rolling.
something on a couple trades went down today, right?
So it seemed like everything was pretty quiet on the transaction front in the NHL, and then all of a sudden they decide today, yeah, we're overdue for our quota, so we get 3. So first today we had this afternoon a pretty big trade. I believe it had been rumored and it was highly likely that this was the ending up point for this individual, but Ethan Bear was a pending RFA this upcoming offseason. He gets traded to Vancouver out of Carolina in exchange for a 5th-round pick in the upcoming draft 2023. Now, the interesting part is $400,000 part of that contract, right around a quarter of what Ethan Bear was making, is retained by Carolina, and they only get a 5th-round pick in return, which is rather odd. I just think it's a clear win for Vancouver in this situation. You're getting a discounted middle pairing defenseman at a really good price, and I just don't see the strategy from Carolina.
Yeah, that's weird.
And then going forward from this, Minnesota and New York had
Wait. Let's talk about this a little bit.
Okay, all right, sounds good. Yeah.
Now, why do you think that this happened? Do you think that maybe he's such a troublesome person in the dressing room that we're going to eat half his contract and we're going to trade him to the other team? Or like what and I get a 5th-round draft pick out of it.
I guess so. I know there had been talks that Ethan Bear didn't want to play in Carolina. It was a complaint about ice time. Because, to be honest, Carolina probably has top 2 best defensive core in the league.
Okay.
They're an insanely good defensive team,
Right.
and he wasn't getting the minutes he wanted. Vancouver, Team A wants Team B's player. But you would think because of the need for a better defenseman, Vancouver would have to give up more than just a 5th-round pick. So Rob,
not if he wants out, bud. Not if he wants out. I'm going to give you a fucking 9th-round draft pick
if that existed.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Hey, listen, I was a fucking 5th-line healthy scratch. I don't even know what I'm talking about.
The thing is though, is like I understand he's good, don't get me wrong, he's a good player, nice solid player, but like, why the fuck would you want to go to Vancouver from Carolina with
exactly
that? Like,
okay,
you know what I mean? Go to another team.
I'll tell you why. Vancouver is a beautiful place. It smells like cinnamon.
How the fuck do you know that?
Because I flew over Vancouver when I was like 3.
Oh.
I'm not
No,
kidding.
no, but
did
I mean,
fly
like,
over Vancouver when I was 3.
but still, there's other teams that I'm sure would have been interested in him that he probably could have went to a better spot. Why not go to Toronto? A guy like that go to Toronto.
Can't afford him.
He's cheap.
Can't afford him.
But yet I keep seeing on the fucking net about Toronto might have this guy. Toronto might have this guy.
Toronto's got 50 guys signed.
$4
50 guys signed. You cannot add another guy unless you get rid of guys.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
No.
I'm just saying, why the fuck would you want to go from Carolina to Vancouver? But
Yeah, like,
why would you want to stay in Carolina?
unless it's just
What are
win
you
a
going to
Stanley
do
Cup.
in Carolina?
win
You
a
think
Stanley Cup.
Carolina's going to win the cup?
I think so. They were
they're
my
definitely
pick.
in the running.
Yeah, but Tristan, you're like 5 years old.
Yeah.
Plus 14.
You think, hey, you're the guy who thinks Toronto's going to win every year.
Nope. No.
But trust me, Rob, it's this year, right?
Wrong.
It's
I
this
love
year.
it. I love it.
No,
Tristan's
it's not
fucking
this
giving it
year.
back.
It's
I love
not
it.
next year. It's the year after that.
Oh, okay.
As soon as they bring in
a goaltender.
No, when they get rid of the coach and they bring in Trotz. That's when Toronto wins the cup.
Okay. Okay.
As soon as they get rid of Sheldon Keefe, they bring in Trotz, they win the cup.
Like,
Just like
yeah,
he did with Washington. Just like he did with Washington.
Oh fuck! I love it though. Tristan's firing back.
No. But at the same point, I do
I
support.
love it.
I do like Rob's ideology though. That if Trotz goes there, yeah,
They're not going to win with
them a
Sheldon
better
Keefe. He's been there, what, 4 years now? And what have they done?
Probably. 4
Nothing.
first round exits.
Lose to Columbus in the playing round.
Right.
So
Lose every first round.
Yeah.
Right. Like, no, I'm on board with what you're saying.
To be
But
fair,
I'm telling
though,
you,
to be
Barry
fair,
Trotz is going to win
mhm.
Toronto the cup.
To be fair, though, no coach has made it out of the first round with the Leafs since 2004. So to be fair,
Right.
And they've had some good coaches.
Yeah, but
yeah,
who?
Mike Babcock won a Stanley Cup.
Biggest douchebag ever.
Yeah, he's a douchebag, but he's won the cup.
He was handed the greatest team in the fucking world when he walked into Detroit.
Yeah, he was handed a wagon there.
And what did he do after that? He sat a Hall of Famer in Chris Chelios because of what? I have bigger balls than you. You sat Mike Modano.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Playing game number
you cannot even compare Scotty Bowman and Babcock.
Yeah, no.
I'm not joking here.
No, definitely not. You're definitely right there.
Oh yeah. But still, we'll see. But
I got you rattled now, Tristan. I got
but we're rattled now. Topic here.
You guys didn't think I knew nothing
on...
about hockey, and now I'm fucking showing you how much I know. Let's go.
Honk.
What's the next subject?
No, Tristan had more freaking trades, wasn't it?
Okay.
Your Leafs made a trade, did they not?
Yes, they did. So, Rob,
why didn't we rattle that one off first? I wouldn't have been so fired up. Like, fuck.
It's a minor trade. I just want to start off with the big. But so Toronto and Arizona had a trade. And it was kind of two fringe NHL guys. Connor Timmins, who was once a very promising defensive prospect for Colorado years ago. They drafted him first round. He was...
Is it 2017, wasn't it?
Yeah. He was a top... I like that. He's learning. This guy knows stuff. I didn't... You know what? I didn't make that a point, but you did. Thank you.
Right?
Oh.
I'm doing my research, bro. I've been looking. Looking.
So he was late first round pick, promising prospect. Then he suffered some injuries playing in Colorado system. Gets moved with a bad contract out of Colorado to the desert, and he's playing with the Yotes and gets injured again last year. Now this year, he's kind of back and forth. I think he played some games down with the Tucson Roadrunners, came back up, and then he gets shipped off for a guy by the name of Curtis Douglas, Curtis Douglas, largest Windsor Spitfire ever. 6'9", giant man. He was playing for the Toronto Marlies, doing really solid with them. And, he brings some grit to him, and
Was
he's
he
going
a
to get
D-man too?
He's a forward.
Oh.
So they traded a forward for a D-man.
Yeah. So, and you know what? I like this move by Toronto because Toronto needs right shot defensemen.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, they got pretty good left side, like especially with Sandin. Sandin's been looking good this year. I think Connor Timmins, if he could stay healthy, is going to complement their right side very nicely. And you know what? Curtis Douglas going the other way. Curtis Douglas, he's probably going to make that Arizona Coyotes roster where he wouldn't make a Toronto roster that stacked.
So essentially, are both of these guys going to, when they go like this and they swap teams or whatever, so they're both going to get a shot to play full time in the NHL?
Yep. Yeah, it's better situations for both of them. And I think that's what the teams ultimately wanted, right? It's a mutual agreement. We have something you want. So I think it worked out in this situation.
So Tristan,
and then a slightly more.
What were his injuries?
Timmins, I believe it involved his knee.
Way to go, Rob.
Oh, I put him on the spot. Well, if we're going to talk about him, like,
well, yeah, it was his knee. So what it is
Okay.
they've been having quite a bit of injuries right now. The Leafs, right? I think Riley just got hurt. He's out for
a knee injury, yeah.
So what that's
but they don't know. They don't know any return time yet because like. I don't know if you guys saw the game, and it was a incidental contact. Like,
oh yeah, that's right.
Neither of them were looking at each other, but the way Riley was turning, his knee jacked Riley's knee.
Yeah,
and like I said, there was no ill intent.
No, they didn't even see each other.
No, right. And,
so
he never returned in that game. And yeah.
And that's why, you know what, Timmins, he can play both sides. He's played left and right D his whole career from junior. So,
but he's a right shot. And what does Toronto have? Like one other right shot?
Yeah, exactly. Because, and I think Muzz is also hurt right now. Something with the spine they had to check out.
Yeah, I don't think he's returning till end of the season.
Right. So I think it's a good move. It's a minor deal.
Frees up some money, but you just brought another fucking injury guy in.
Well, that's true, but we'll see how he does with more minutes and
the way he's healthy right now. He's healthy right now.
Yeah, he's healthy. He hasn't been hurt yet this season. He's played every game for Arizona, so he's looked solid in those games. So anyway,
he's got you don't shoot him when he's fucking got a knee injury.
Yeah, he's not a horse. Like you can't just put him down. Right?
Yeah,
hey, boys, can we stop this podcast for 1 second?
Okay, so continuing on with our trade talk, we now have Minnesota. So the Minnesota goes out. What's that?
Yeah, your Woodsley fucking Wi-Fi cut out there. What do you got there? Like, is that like
the Woodsley Wi-Fi?
Yeah, it fucking cut out. So you were saying about what?
Ryan Reeves heads over to Minnesota in what is ultimately a minor trade, but you know what? Revo's had his name out there. One of the toughest guys in the league. Very tough customer.
If not the toughest.
Right. I agree on that sentiment. He gets traded for a 5th round pick, which goes to New York, and he goes to Minnesota, the state of hockey. And you know what? Because they lost their tough guy last year. They traded away Nick Delorier. And now they replace him with Ryan Reeves, this is my one question mark, is Revo's got a bit of a heavy contract for the role player he is. He's getting like 2.75 mil, which is for a grinder who's in and out of the lineup. It's a bit steep, especially with Minnesota's going to have cap issues these next couple of years because they're still buying out the rest of the Ryan Suter and Zach Parise contracts.
How long are they on that for still?
Oh, that kicks in this year, and it's gonna be for like another 4 years or something like that.
Oh fuck.
It's bad.
Mhm.
That's like it's like 6 mil out of their cap hit for the next so many years.
That's crazy.
So they want great. Minnesota's having a bit of a rough start. Not where they wanted to be. It's still early, but we'll see where this takes them. And 5th-round pick for the Rangers, they clear up some cap space. You know, Rangers, they're said to be going big game hunting this year. You know, at the trade deadline, maybe they load up with a Patrick Kane. Maybe they load up with Jacob Chikrin from Arizona. We don't know. We'll see where that goes in the future. But I like the move by both teams. Again, Minnesota kind of a questionable move with the cap hit and where they're at. But what do you guys think of that trade?
I like it. I think they could use somebody there with a little bit of grit, like I said, but I just like that was a 2025 pick, right? I believe it was. I think it was a
Yeah, it's
2025
far in the
5th round
future.
pick. So, like I said, when they lost like Nick there, I think every team needs to have one of these guys. Role guy, heart and soul guy. I think every team needs these. Going back to it, you want to know a team that I think could have used his services since they're messing around with Wayne Simmons would have been Toronto. Could have used a guy like this. I understand Revo's contract's a little bit steep. But I personally like the deal. The only thing is it gets so cold in Minnesota. He's gonna fucking I would never want to go to Minnesota. It's so fucking cold there, but hopefully they can turn stuff around because a guy like that, I would like to see him do well. I want to see him in the lineup every night. Anytime he's on the ice, he hits, he fights. He doesn't really score a lot of goals, but he plays that more aggressive style of play, which I like to see. Like I find that a lot of the newer hockey is kind of soft, but Revo kind of plays the game the way I like to see it played. But I think it's a good move for them. Rob, what do you think?
Well, and like as much as it disgusts me to agree with you, I think you're 100% right. If Toronto would have picked up Reeves, they win the cup.
Oh,
Okay. That being said, just hear me out.
Oh boy.
Fuck you.
You restored faith in me for 2 minutes.
Right. And no, just hear me out, and I will mind blow you right now, Tristan.
Okay. All right.
Why did the Rangers pick up Brian Reeves?
To look after, because all that shit that happened the previous year with Tom Wilson,
right?
And the bread man.
So now you've gotten rid of him before the playoffs. What's going to happen when Tommy Wilson comes into the fucking Rangers? He's going to fucking shake out fucking every one of those guys like a carpet.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to run a madhouse. And who's going to step up?
No one.
Minnesota now has a potential for $2.5 million. I would have fucking got rid of 3 guys. Like I could have got rid of Simmons and Ben.
I want to correct myself. It's 1.75. That was my error -1 on me, but it's 1.75.
But
so
still, that's steep.
That's
steep for a fucking guy who
still,
fights.
yeah, a role
1.75 for him. He's got 6 goals.
He has 0 points this year.
Oh, was it last year yet?
He don't speak with his stick. He speaks with his hands.
I still don't care. I'm still gonna have him running around out the ice and being a fucking madman.
It's a investment almost.
It is, and I would take that 1.75 hands down and get rid of Simmons. I can get rid of Clifford for both those. That's 2 signings on your 50. Don't you signed 50 guys to your NHL roster, and to add another one, you have to get rid of one. So I'm going to get rid of 2.
Bring
and
in
I'm
one.
Sure that with Clifford and Simmons, I can cover that.
Mm-hmm.
That's on Toronto. That's on Toronto. Like,
and also as well, if you're getting rid of 2 and bringing in 1, now you're also saving a spot to where you're gonna have an open spot.
and I can add another one.
Exactly.
Right. So, like, where are you, Dubass?
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I think the Rangers are in a lot of trouble because Toronto, and correct me if I'm wrong, boys, is built for the regular season.
I still don't like them in net. I still don't like
I like Samsonov. I think he's a good goalie. Like, plain and simple.
But is he
What
built
about
enough to make a
Sjogren?
run right now?
How do you spell
Eric
Sjogren?
Shalgren? It's
It
spelled,
starts with a K.
yeah,
I
it's
kind of
spelled
want to
Calgren,
hear.
but
I kind of want to
he's-
hear Rob try to spell it first.
QU.
I don't know what
Fuck
it is.
you, Ant.
no, he's
I have
from,
dyslexia.
he's from Sweden, so they say it Shalgren. There's like a double accent on the E, so
Rob,
Yeah,
don't
but there's
worry,
not
Rob,
even a
butchering it.
Sante Gu on the K.
that's French, but
Whatever. Oh,
I'm impressed
no.
he got
Oh,
accent aigu, but
yeah, but I got it right, didn't I?
yeah, you did.
That's funny. Was there any other trades before we kind of go
There
into the
was
standings
not.
and then we hit our
There
end?
was not a trade, but there was a waiver claim. The Red Wings claim Magnus Hellberg off of waivers, a goaltender. He's been with the team, signed by Detroit last year, got claimed off waivers over the offseason by had just reclaimed him off waivers. So yeah.
Where did he go from the Wings? Seattle?
Seattle, then to Ottawa,
Oh, okay.
then to the Wings.
Okay.
Hey, your booster is shit.
Sometimes you're still like cutting out.
Like you're like the Domo Omegato Mr. Roboto.
which was back in the day Rob's internet, so don't feel too bad.
Mr. Roboto.
That's funny.
Ask your dad about that song. He'll fucking know.
I know
yeah,
that song. I'm a big 80s and 90s guy, so
Love
So
it, Tristan.
Rob, so
You're-
it's funny that you actually say that with that song because we have a guy that me and my buddies, whatever, we're grown men, but we go online and we play NHL 23, and one of our buddies had this mic that was all fucked up.
Grow up,
And-
man.
And then every time he would talk, it would like cut out and stuff like that. So every time everything would fucking cut out like that, we would start singing him that song. So that's why it's
Love it.
funny that Rob
I
brought
love it.
that up. It's hilarious.
It's like fucking Tristan's Woodsley internet.
So you had some other stuff, right, Tristan, before we flip it over to our interview. You had
Oh, yeah. No,
some
of course I
standing
want to talk
stuff,
about the
right?
standings.
Yes.
Yeah, so once again, Boston still kind of running the league like it's a
Wagon.
joke.
Yeah.
Gotten better. Like they got McAvoy back.
Mhm.
They've got David Krejci and Bergeron on those ridiculously cheap contracts, and they are killing it. Like,
Was Bergeron the one the other night that just got his 1,000th point?
yes, he was.
Yeah.
Against Tampa Bay.
Another thing with him too is who was the kid from Buffalo that he had a little chat with at like Center Ice that was like a super classy move on his part? Was it
Tage Thompson.
Yeah,
Tage
so it was
Thompson.
Thompson. So apparently when he was in the minors or whatever, his dad worked with the team. So he was always around the team and stuff like that. So now he kind of seen this kid. Now it's all full circle, and this Thompson kid's killing it too.
Yeah,
So
he's crazy.
so he kind of skated up. They had a draw at Center Ice. They had a little chat. He gave him the little tap on the shin pad. So classy move.
Yeah, and then Toronto's doing better. They've kind of picked it up lately. They're second in the division in the Atlantic.
Pretty good November.
Yeah, they're doing well. Like tonight, they're up on the Devils, who have been on a 13-game win streak, ties a franchise record, but
Very
they're
impressive.
up 2-0 now.
Very impressive.
3 now.
It's 2-0 still.
Okay.
They're going into the third period as we speak.
Want
They'll figure out a way to fuck that up.
to know who else is up 2-0?
Who's that? Us, our boys.
Yeah.
Figures as much.
Just to bring that up to Rob, so more Red Wings talk for
Looking
him.
at the,
Why can't you just fucking let me have a Leaf moment?
Well, while we're talking about the Wings,
Fucking twats.
and we can
Jesus
talk about
fuck.
the Wings and the fact that
I thought we were
Philip
talking
Ro-
about the Leafs. Now we're going to fucking Wings?
They're in a playoff spot right now. They're in a wild card spot.
they
I
are.
won't be there long.
The first wild
Fuck,
card spot.
figure it out.
Hey, here's a fun fact.
Want to
80
bet?
Here's
Let's bet.
no, I'm not betting. I'm telling you the numbers.
Oh,
80
okay.
Sorry, 75% of the teams that are in a playoff spot by American Thanksgiving make the playoffs.
Oh, that'd be nice. It'd be nice
Okay,
to
then
see some playoff hockey again.
You want to bet?
I'm not a betting man.
Come on, we'll bet a steak dinner. Me and you'll go for a steak
Why?
dinner. At Chuck's. It's
I don't want a free steak
18
dinner.
bucks. Like, you're a vegetarian?
No. I'm just saying, like,
Oh, you don't want to bet on your boys? Like,
no, I didn't want to put you out of money.
Oh, fuck. I got all kinds of money. I got all kinds of money.
I was just kidding. Anyway,
Okay, can I get that for 1 second? Because I kind of miss it. My internet kind of fucked up. What is the bet? Like the gist of this bet?
okay. So I'll say if the Red Wings make the playoffs, Rob treats me and you,
No, you.
just me. Okay.
That's you.
All right. So Rob will treat me to a steak dinner if the Wings make it.
Right.
If the Wings do not make it,
Okay, but you said by what time? The Thanksgiving?
No, he
You
said
said-
by the American Thanksgiving, if they're in the playoff spot, a 70% of the teams that are in a playoff spot.
Right. So what I'm saying, I'm also giving you an out too now, Tristan.
Uh-oh.
Is the out is if they're not in the playoff picture by Thanksgiving, which is what, tomorrow?
Yeah.
oh,
Do they have this game? They're playing right now,
They're
right?
playing right now. They're
Yeah.
up 2-0 with 13 minutes left.
Okay. So if they are in the playoff picture by the end of tonight, the bet's on. Steak dinner.
oh,
Me and you at Chuck's.
really? I was saying like if they make the playoffs this year.
Okay.
So that way
Well-
it's kind of long term. It can run all season.
No,
Yeah.
but I was giving him an out that he could get out of the bet. But no.
Oh, so
like-
essentially what Rob's trying to
Oh,
say is
wouldn't
that
make
Okay,
sense.
hey,
If
hey,
they fell
no,
out
no,
of the
no,
playoff
no, no.
spot,
Here's the
he's
bet.
giving you that.
Here's the bet. It's a steak dinner and drinks.
Oh, here we go. Do you don't, Tristan? We both don't have enough money for Rob to have fucking drinks. Are you kidding me?
Because Tristan doesn't drink.
I know.
I fucking love it. That's the bet.
So by the end of the season, if the Wings make the playoffs, you're treating me, and if they
Yes.
don't, I'm treating you.
Yes.
What about this?
Oh,
Oh, God.
fuck. Here we go.
How about here? It makes it a little bit more complicated, but I like having levels to everything. So,
I got to make you a paper origami.
so,
Caw, caw.
we'll say this: if the Wings don't make the playoffs, I have to treat you to a dinner only if Toronto makes it out of the first round.
Ooh,
Fucking
touche.
way. No
Touche,
fucking way.
my friend.
I'll
I
make
love
you
it.
that.
I
I'll
love
make
it.
you the two bets then.
Oh, fuck. Here we go.
I'll make you two bets because like when like I don't want to wait that week that
I-
the Leafs
I have
What
a
if
don't
the
make
feeling
it
Trike
out of the
faces
playoffs.
Toronto and beats them? That
I
would just
have
be
it-
classic.
No, the bet was, and you already accepted, and I gave you an out too on top of it.
That's so
But if
funny.
you want to make a bet on top of that,
Side bet.
I decline.
All right. How about
I
this?
decline that.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. So as of now, it's just Wings make the playoffs. You
Right.
treat me. They don't. I treat you.
Right.
And either
Bet
way,
is
I
on.
say you guys do your bet, whatever. But I say we do that night. We do dinner with the boys. We'll bring in Drew, and all four of us will go out and eat. How's that?
No, I can't stand either of you, so it's just gonna be
Fuck
me and
you.
Tristan having a fucking
Fuck
night.
you.
I'm gonna fucking banger, and I got to ride home.
There you go. I look forward to it, Rob.
I will too. You
You're
can bring
just
your
going to
pop.
Chuck's.
though.
It's right
You can bring
fucking
your pop,
here.
and we'll bring Katie too.
Sounds
It's right
good.
fucking here. It's fucking Chuck's.
So anyway, the East, like pretty much it's been New Jersey. It.
Sorry, you cut out again with your fucking Woodsley fucking Wi-Fi.
So New Jersey and Boston, they've been running it in the East. And out West, it's been Dallas and Vegas ringing everybody out. I mean, Vegas, I'll be honest, I wasn't hot on them this year, and they're 15-4-1.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the veterans are still doing it for them. Mark
I would
Stone,
like to see Tristan. Like, I would like to see like the teams we picked, because I want to say that I picked Dallas, but I'm not 100% sure.
Tristan's got it written down somewhere because I asked him to write
no,
it down.
I remember he did, but like, did you guys see what Jamie Benn did to Hyman?
Yeah, I thought it was. I honestly, I love that shit.
No, but they had their arms around each other,
Yeah,
like
then he
no
slashed the
problem.
stick out
and
of
then
his
he
hand
fucking
and then
just snaps, just snaps.
No fucking.
Was that not a dick move?
No tummy sticks.
Oh, fuck you. You're
Jamie
wrong.
Benn's.
You're wrong.
No tummy sticks. You're
I get
he's
he's an animal. He's an animal.
But what I thought was
they're
funny
both standing, they're watching what's going on in the
then
corner.
He slashed his stick out of his hands and then fucking.
Did you see they had arms around it? Ben's got his arm around Hyman's shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Hyman's got his arm around Ben's waist. And then he fucking just snaps and blows Hyman's stick up. And as he goes to pick it up, he fucking shoves it. I'm like, what? Like, how do you fucking sit with somebody like that? Or just not just say, fuck you, and then just do it.
Do you want to know what I liked about it too? Is you have to think about it. Over the past year or so, Jamie Benn has been called out a lot in the media in Dallas. Okay, so I think
Zach Hyman's the guy you fucking pick.
I don't think.
Sorry,
I don't think he cares, man. I don't think
you pick Kadri. I'd be much happier with that.
Well, yeah, but Ben just got fucking the snooze button hit on him the other night. Someone fucking crushed him.
Yeah,
someone
Josh
almost
Manson
knocked him. Josh Manson
So you take that out. So why didn't you go after Kane? Why didn't you go after fucking Nurse? Why didn't you go? You go after
Kane's
Zach Hyman.
wrist injury.
But you know what?
Zach Hyman is not a tough guy. He was Toronto's tough guy at one time.
I don't think Jamie Benn has to prove anything in his physical skill. He's beaten everyone who's anybody.
Yep.
Like there's a reason Ryan Reeves and Jamie Benn will never fight each other because they know it'll be a death match.
Yeah.
One guy's gonna mess the other one.
So
up
why do you go after? No, like if you're gonna be a tough guy, don't fuck it. Like, okay, so like I'm Jamie Benn, I'm gonna go after Connor McJesus.
Watch Jamie Benn versus Jerome McGinley.
Oh my god!
No, I know, but Jerome McGinley was the toughest NHL player, I think, personally,
at one
ever.
Point. Really? All around?
Personally, ever. Yep.
So if
until
he dropped
Jamie
the
Benn,
gloves,
skill, fucking all of it.
Okay, yeah, I see that. I see your point there. I was gonna say toughest. So if he dropped the gloves with Bob Probert, you think you would beat him? No fucking way.
No.
But there's no fucking way he would not drop the gloves with Bob Probert.
I didn't say that. I said, would he win?
I didn't say like strongest, the most winning. I said toughest hockey player.
He's up there. I'll give you that. He's definitely
Wendell Clark, Jerome McGinley.
Everybody
Dave
forgets
Williams.
too. Probert had a year. He almost scored 30 goals too.
Who?
Probert. He was an all-star too.
Oh,
Tiger.
Fucking get over Probert.
Just saying.
No, Tiger Williams.
Was Ty fucking Domi ever an all-star? Did Ty Domi ever score almost 30 goals?
Nope. But Wendell Clark was.
Pound
for pound, Wendell Clark was probably the toughest in the NHL.
Wendell Clark, yes, I will agree with you on Wendell Clark. 100%. I like Wendell Clark, and I hate the fucking Leafs, but I've always liked Wendell Clark.
That's a guy you got to go after on the Instagram and all that shit.
I'm working on it.
I've sent him a bunch of shit too.
I'm working on it. But here's the thing. Now with me, I can essentially use contacts through the Maple Leafs alumni now. Just so you guys know, I'll drop it right now. We got coming up in the new year because he's a little bit busy. We got Rick Natras is coming on with the boys too. So I got that one lined up for us too. So he's a beauty. He's a beauty. So, Rob, you will love him. Awesome guy.
I watched him he was in that 10-player deal with Doug Gilmore and,
Yes, he was.
Fuck
And
the whole thing.
he's
Jamie McCowan and
he's the
all of
Stanley
them.
Cup
Like,
champion.
it was the biggest trade that
was the trade that
put
sent Doug Gilmore
Toronto
to Toronto
from a 40-point team to an 80-point team.
Yes, that was the trade that sent Doug to Toronto.
Yep. Oh, I know.
Yeah,
I know.
So Rick's coming.
Tristan is going. Rick Natras, who?
Yeah.
No, I know that name.
Yeah, Rick was an awesome guy. So, but anyways, that's coming up.
Amazing defenseman, like just tough as nails. Like, but they all were back then, like Bob Rouse and fucking,
Also, I was talking to Todd Warner there as well. Todd's been.
What about Iafredi? You played with Iafredi. Did you?
I didn't really get a chance to talk to him a whole lot. Listen, when I went through the thing and I talked to all of them, I gave them all a business card. Every single one of them.
Awesome.
So, but like Natras was like right away, like, oh, podcast, like, bam, handed me his card. So we exchanged business cards, me and Rick. So he was cool. But anyways, so Todd Warner, I was talking to him and I want to bring Todd on for round 2. It's been a while since we talked to him, but I really want to I want to get further into detail about his career. So I think that would be a cool episode for us to do too. So, and
Todd Warner,
yeah, we're gonna do round 2 with Todd, but we're gonna dig deeper in. So we're gonna dig deeper in. Todd's already agreed to come on too.
He's a dad rocket. We should do it at his house.
We could drive up to Blenheim one day, maybe if Todd's
go to Blenheim.
Todd's willing to do it. So we'll figure all that out. Tristan, do you have any more on the standings, or should we flip it over to the interview?
Yeah, just to mention that, Buffalo started out the year okay, but they went on like a 8-game losing streak. Back to their old ways, apparently. At the bottom of the standings, it's sad to see. In Ottawa,
is it?
Many people had them as making the playoffs. So
is it sad to see? I could care less about Buffalo.
Well, I feel for their fans.
What they did to Dave Andrechuk, like fuck it, Lindy Ruff.
Yeah,
like Buffalo is just a shithole. They don't even have all dressed chips there.
Yeah, bullshit. Complete bullshit.
They got Buffalo wings, but
I'll give you that. And they got the Bills Mafia.
But yeah, and out west, Anaheim is an absolute sewer. They have 0 regulation wins.
In the first one.
Really?
All 5 of their wins have time. They're 5-13-1 right now.
And all the wins are in shootout.
Your Gusto fucking internet cut out again. They have 0 what?
0 regulation wins. All 5 of their wins either come via shootout or overtime.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's
awful.
Nuts. That's terrible. But didn't we all kind of have a feeling that
but peel the boards off the windows in Buffalo and like figure it out. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, true enough. Do you have anything else on him, buddy, or what?
Arizona's a sewer. Yeah.
So that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Whoever you think is bad, they're probably bad.
No, but I heard like let's talk about Arizona a little bit. Like I heard that they're selling out that 5,000 fucking person arena.
I mean,
they fucking should be able to. You fucking kidding me right now?
I hear it's a banger though. Like it's all college kids.
Because everybody's
just having a blast,
and they're selling.
Students are admitted.
Right. Okay.
Students are admitted free tickets. I think. Right.
All right. So we're going to talk about this a little bit. So, what do you guys think? Like, where is the NHLPA on this? Like how long are you gonna fuck with this team that the NHL's owned it for how long? It was what, Atlanta, and then they went to Arizona?
No, they were Winnipeg.
Oh, they were Winnipeg. Okay. So -1. and then the NHL end up taking them over, right?
Right.
Like they were their prodigy. Like
Just move the team to Quebec or something for
Yeah,
fuck's
they were
sakes.
considered the franchise of the future. They were like, "Oh, we're gonna grow hockey in the South," and
and Arizona can't, or yeah, and Arizona can't figure it out, and it's fucking terrible because the guys love playing there, but you're playing out of a college dressing room,
yeah,
and it can't be much better than. And I'm not saying anything bad about like the Wheatley Sharks dressing room or the Belle River Canadians. I'm not going to say the 73s because that's a fucking
Wheatley's
way.
kind of got a sick dressing room, to be honest. But
Actually, Lakeshore has a nice one too.
Okay, so we're good.
so they're just got the worst locker room. They got Harrow Arena locker rooms.
Right.
Now you're starting to fucking pick fights, okay? Fucking watch yourself.
I love it. Harrow Arena Lager.
Are you okay?
But,
Is there something going on tonight?
Hey,
'Cause
Harrow
Tristan
taxpayers paid for all of it.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. So we're good.
Yeah, plus the Essex Arena. But anyways.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Well,
Coffee
you ask
said-
Pip and Fire any of that. They're the fucking animals. Yeah.
But yeah, so all right, let's flip it over to our interview, shall we?
yeah, sounds good.
We got Mr. Hattrick Hockey on with us today, fellas.
Indeed.
We got number 20, Conor Dembinski, on with the boys, Ethan's favorite player. So, boys, let's flip it over to him. Everybody enjoy. This is a pretty good interview. Kind of shot the shit on everything. So here he is, our boy. Here's Conor Dembinski.
Let's go.
Showtime! Woo! Woo!
Welcome, fans of the podcast, to Hattrick Hockey, episode 116. Thank you to all the loyal listeners out there. This is Tristan, Rob, and Ant. Coming in today, we have a young man who is a talented young forward for the Essex 73s. He also represents our podcast very proudly as he dons our sponsorship. We welcome skilled winger, number 20, Conor Dembinski. Conor, how are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Fantastic.
What's up with the fucking hat, bro? Seriously.
First
Hey,
thing
I've
he
been a-
says, I fucking knew it was coming. I knew it was coming.
Jeez.
Oh man, I've been a Red Wings fan since birth, so I'm not taking it off.
Your parents hate you.
So what's up, man?
Oh, nothing. Just studying a lot, and hockey keeps me busy. So
What are you taking?
I'm at the university. I'm in general science, doing environmental science and biology.
Jesus.
And
Solid.
plan on being what? A rocket scientist?
No, I'm definitely not 100% sure yet. Still got to figure that part out. So
Fuck, I wouldn't even be able to. There's no way I could go back to school right now. I'd never.
No, because you're an idiot.
I know that is true. That is true. So first of all, before we get everything going,
4 out of 3 people are bad at math, just
Yeah.
so you know.
First of all, before we get going, I just want to say once again, thank you for like last night. You like hooked up Ethan with the sign thing by the team, whole fucking twig by the team, puck by you. In the morning when he like woke up this morning, he was still talking about it. So you made his night. So once again, thank you very much for that. I really appreciate it.
yeah, anytime, man. I mean that stuff makes my night too. Like hearing that, it makes me feel really good. It reminds me when I was a kid, getting pucks and going over asking for broken sticks at the junior C games and stuff. And I love that part about playing in Essex. So
I always have to tell him because we'll be like sitting in the stands and he'll be like, where's he at? Where's freaking Connor? Where's Connor? I'm like, Ethan, he can't be out the whole game, buddy. He has to rest too, eh? Like he's got to go to the bench, get some water and stuff like that too. But he looks for you every time. You are by far his guy. So congrats on that.
thanks. That makes me feel pretty awesome, boys.
Connor, now did you hang off the stands there and high five the 73s as they came out too? It's
Actually,
okay.
guys-
It's okay
no, you
because I
guys
think it's
probably
the
aren't gonna
coolest
like
thing
this.
when you guys make those kids' day every time you skate by and you guys reach up and and high five those kids because like it's like 3-4 minutes before you guys are coming off the ice. They're all piling up on those stairs, waiting for you guys to come by.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But when I was little, I was actually going to the Belle River games and at the old arena there. I didn't start
Belle
watching.
River and the Red Wings. Oh
Yeah,
my
I didn't
God.
start watching the Threes until I was playing in Sun County, and honestly, at doing that, I like it's such a great organization and a great fan base. Like, I'm extremely happy where I ended up, and I couldn't ask for more from the Threes. Like, it's great.
That's awesome.
Yeah, yeah. I came over, but I'm definitely glad to be in Essex. That's the best decision I ever made for sure.
Well, to the dark side, right?
Yes, sir.
Chris, go ahead, buddy. I know you want to fire it up. You look like you're ready.
All
to say
right.
something. Go
So
ahead.
I know Rob usually likes to open with this, but I guess I'll prime up with this today. Who got you into hockey? What got you started into the sport?
What got me started in the sport? Probably my dad. Growing up watching, NHL games. He took me to my first, Red Wings game, and just loved the sport. I couldn't wait to get playing. And then I even remember like when we were kids, I got it was like the box set from Canadian Tire with all the gear in it. And I remember Carter, like my younger brother, he's on the team too. He was so jealous that I got to lace him up and he couldn't. So
Suck on
yeah,
that.
I think it came from my dad, and just progressed from there.
Right on.
Yeah, I think we know him. We've had him on the show.
Yeah.
Hey,
fair enough.
you're a Woodsley boy, aren't you? Or is it
Yes,
Woodsley?
sir.
Yeah,
Yeah, Woodsley.
I thought so.
Kind of a gray area between Essex and Belle River. So
So were you able to pick either one when you were like growing up playing? It was whatever one you wanted to play with,
yeah, we could pick Belle River or Essex.
and you chose Belle River, didn't you?
Well, okay, but like
All right, show's over. We're done.
no, but listen.
Shut it
Essex didn't
down,
have a team
boys.
my age
Shut it
growing up.
down.
They had a team when we were little, and then they didn't have a team growing up in
Really?
Essex my age. So I had to play in Belle River, and I got no bad things to say about Belle River minor hockey. So
No, they do pretty good there.
yeah.
All right, sweet.
What was the thing that most attracted you to playing hockey?
Well, I think everybody loves watching those NHL guys go toe to toe and the physical aspect, but I don't know, just honestly hanging with the boys every couple days, and those friendships are great. And then once you do get to play at the level where there's fans and stuff and you're playing for a town, it's it's more than just playing the game, right? Like it's you're excited to get to the rink every day, and you got to play good because there's always people watching. So
No. In your games there, when you played for that scumbag town, Belle River, like was there? Did you get a lot of fans out there?
for minor hockey,
Yeah.
minor hockey, I mean, no, it's minor hockey, right? Like people's parents and stuff like that. But like when I played high school hockey in Belle River, we'd get some people out because we were always pretty decent. But
And I should have said no offense for that scumbag comment.
I almost
about Belle
choked on my
River.
water when you said that.
Yeah, as long as you say no offense, nobody should get offended.
no, you're good. You're good.
Right? So, I'm just saying.
Hey,
So I love Belle River. I love the boys. Coach Q out there, like fucking
Oh, yeah.
what a beauty. Like he's got a wagon he built there, and and he's an Essex boy too, right? Like he
Yeah,
played
he
for
is.
the 73s and probably one of the biggest, scariest, awkward eye guys that you've ever played or coached against.
Yeah, he's a good coach, and they got a good organization over there. But
Hey, so growing up, who was your favorite Red Wing?
growing up, when I was little, I wasn't really like old enough for like the Stevie Y and Lindstrom and that, but I loved those guys. Probably Datsuk. I loved Datsuk and Zetterberg and those
Yep.
guys.
Yep.
Never heard of
You
them.
know,
Were
never
they
heard
good?
of them. Well,
Were they
listen,
good?
I think they were pretty solid, actually.
Yeah.
We can do a cup count right now, Rob, for the
Those
players
guys
who
have
play
done
now
something that
versus.
Like overall?
No.
Oh no, you don't want to touch that.
I'm
one,
talking
right?
in this century.
Oh, well, you haven't even lived long enough in this century.
That's so funny.
And this is why I hate doing this podcast. Because Red
So-
Wing fans like you assholes. I mean, no offense. No offense.
Oh, yeah. Yep. The no offense. You're good. But so Connor, I was wanting to ask you, looking at your stat page here, what made you end up coming to Sun County? Was it because once you got to the age group, there wasn't anyone running a program from that age, or was it just your choice that you switched over to the Panthers?
Yeah, so I grew up playing in Belle the whole way, and then Bantam minor, I actually went out. My Belle team, we were good, but like we weren't always like we always ended up losing guys to AAA, and so we weren't always the most like this, especially those Pee Wee years, we weren't always the best. But I love those guys. I grew up with those guys, and I loved playing there. But I decided I wanted to play at that time. I wanted to play as high as I could, and Sun County is a really good team there, and I really liked the coach, and he's a good coach. So, I ended up making the team there, and those 2 years were so much fun, and it was just a great experience. So
Who was the coach?
that was Mark Cadot. He was my coach for a couple years there. So
But,
yeah,
okay.
it was good.
Now, those guys, like, you travel everywhere with them, don't you? Like, you're in the States sometimes, you're way up, like, freaking Toronto area a lot. Like, you're everywhere with them, aren't you?
Yeah, like our regular loop is like the Alliance, so we would go. Our closest games would be like Chatham and Windsor, and then the farthest would be like Waterloo, Hamilton, Cambridge, and then tournaments and stuff. They were always some big tournaments, like 50, 60 team tournaments from all over the place, and those were always fun. A lot of you get to play against a lot of different guys, and especially guys that are actually playing in some pretty big places now. So
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever get to play in that Quebec tournament?
no, I never played in the Quebec tournament. I wasn't that good.
Is that the one that's played, like, in the mall?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, and you
Team
basically
Brick, right?
like if you don't have the money, you basically go bill it there for like I want to say 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's something.
It could even be
I don't
longer
know.
than that. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, you go bill it and stay with the French Tabernacle people. So
Yeah.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, but so when you get to high school, while you're doing this, now you're in AAA with Sun County, uh, Belle River High School, which is a very dominant program. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you guys made a couple of OFSA gold medal runs, right? Talk about that.
Yeah, so my grade 9 year, there was only a couple of us. I think there was 3 grade 9s on that team, and we ended up winning. We won Wexa, then we won SWASA, and then OFSA was in Fort Francis, Ontario. So if you don't know where Fort Francis is, it's way up on the other side of the Great Lakes. So we actually had to take a plane to Winnipeg, and then a 6-hour bus into Ontario and then we stayed there for a week, and we actually won it, and it's probably one of my best hockey memories. It was an unbelievable week. I didn't get to suit up in the finals, but I was there. I played a bunch of games, so it was a good time.
healthy fifth line scratch. I know the feeling.
Oh yeah, well, being the young guys, they wanted to get some older guys in the lineup, and
For sure.
wasn't going to get too many shifts anyways. So
the politics usually squeak in there, right? Like you want to get your grade 12s and 11s in there. Like might not get to do it again, right?
Yeah, those coaches were pretty good for that though. They wanted to win, so it was pretty competitive at that program. And then we ended up going the 3 years I played in grade 9, 10, and 11. We went to OFS all 3 years, so it was a lot of fun.
So
Right
was that one that you were just like telling us about? Were you in grade 9 for that one?
Yeah, that was my first year.
Okay. I was just wondering.
Yeah. Yeah, and then we lost in the quarterfinals, I think, my grade 10 and 11 year, and then grade 12 I started with Essex. So
yeah, so is the rule, I think everything's still the same where if you're playing junior, you can't play high school, right?
yeah, so like you can play so the high school season starts in November. So before that, like when I was in grade 11, I was playing with Lakeshore, and I played 4 games before that November deadline, and then I was done playing junior because I wanted to play high school hockey. I mean, like, I don't think they really needed me that much. They were pretty solid that year, and they just had a couple injuries. But yeah, there's that deadline in November if you want to play high school hockey. So a season of high school hockey I think is a lot more worth it than 1 or 2 games of junior C or B or whatever.
I agree.
Yeah.
So, when you're in grade 12 and you make that decision to go into junior, what's the process like of just because now that we have you on the show, a junior C player, I want to know what it's like about, going from an AP card to signing an actual card with the team, and how did that process go about with Lakeshore and then transitioning to Essex?
Yeah, so like the first year, right? Like you go to I went to a bunch of camps, right? A bunch of the junior camps like Leamington, LaSalle, Lakeshore, Essex. I think I even went to Wheatley. Like just getting your name out there, right? And I wanted to play in my hometown at that point. So
Of
I
Woodsley?
actually believe I left Essex camp to continue skating at Lakeshore. And so then I did that. I played for them a couple games. I played in Double A in Belle River. And then the next season I went to mini camp for Essex, and it was a week and a half before Lakeshores. And Danny Anger was the head coach, and I had known Danny from when I was younger, playing in Sun County a bit. And I did the mini camp, and right after mini camp, he asked me to sign. So there was no way I was saying no to that. I got to get to play in Essex. I said yes right away, and called up Lakeshore and told them I was going to be in 73. So probably the best decision I think I made.
Got that right.
Did you say suck it? Suck it.
Stuck on that, Lakeshore.
Suck it.
I think I was a little more respectful than that, but
Well, that's
yeah,
good.
I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're
You
saying.
say
I
suck
wish
it, no
sometimes
offense.
I do after, especially last 2 years. I wish I said that.
Right on.
Well, because like last year they like won it all, right? You guys I think are well on your way this year. So from last year to this year, like what has really like freaking changed with you guys to make you guys just so like you guys are dominant this year? So what has changed?
I'm going to say beer sales in the concessions.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too. I think that's a great touch.
Right? Like
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I lobbied for that and got it.
Rob, Essex 73's beer ambassador.
Oh
And if
yeah.
anybody else, like I'm trying to get what's his name there from Leamington. So
Belle?
now they got it too, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They got it all too. So
So
yeah.
what's all freaking changed, man, from like last
Okay.
year to this year?
Well, I mean, we got a couple new guys, right? Some really good O2s down from junior B and stuff. Arch coming, guys like Hammer, Goody, and then we got like our other O2s that stayed, Halsey, Kimmer, like all those guys. Like, but at the same time, I think it's also where, like, I'm trying to think, because it's just a great atmosphere in the room. Like the boys are so close, and it's not that we weren't close last year. It's just I feel like we're a lot more on the same page. It's hard work. It's getting pucks deep. It's simple hockey, and then opportunities present themselves, right? So,
Mm.
I think maybe we simplified a bit, but we have a big emphasis on hard work this season, and I think that's going to help us out a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You also have a lot of people willing to buy in, right? Everyone's
Yeah,
under
exactly.
that mindset.
Like we don't have anybody that's like, oh, screw this drill or whatever. Like everybody's ready to go. When we get to the rink, it's game time, time for business. And it's been a good season so far, so we want to keep it up.
Right
Hey,
on.
so how was the vibe in the room after you guys were on the ice with Lee?
Oh,
He fucking
we got off. We
he
were all a little sore, and
he rinsed you guys.
he did. And he told us before, he's like, I know you got a game tomorrow, but I'm not gonna give it to you guys too hard.
Here's the funny thing about that is we skated with Lakeshore the same night, and we didn't realize that you guys were actually head to head the next day. We didn't realize that you guys were playing each other the next day. So in a way, it kind of worked out because he skated them pretty hard too.
Yeah, no, it was good. It was a good skate though. Like, I mean, I'm not personally the best skater out there, so maybe I struggled with a couple of drills, but No, it was good. The boys were a little gassed afterwards, and getting in the ice bath for the next day because we had lake shower stuff like that. So it was a good skate though.
But you're kind of a thug out there on the ice, right? Like great body position. Like I was watching you yesterday, and not because you wear our logo on the back of your shirt, but like because watching you defend a guy and use an opposite or the other hand with the stick and pushing a body off, and now you've created your own breakaway. Like it was very impressive. Like I love watching you play.
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, well, especially back when I was in Sun County, I was definitely a role player, get pucks deep, get pucks to the net, lay body, get pucks out. So I think that's probably where I kind of worked on that. I do like I like to try and take pride in winning battles. I think it's a big part of the game is winning battles, and body position's huge for that. So
Right.
Yeah.
And you're one of the bigger, like heavier sets, like
Yeah.
wider. I don't want to, like
No, I get what you're saying. I hear you.
say like you're like a Patrick Maroon or whatever, but like you're a solid guy out there, and like the size has to help you out immensely. And your brother is a big kid too. You know what I mean? Like, so how about we just talk about that? What's it like playing with your brother?
It's pretty cool, honestly. Like we got to we got to play with each other for a year in high school hockey, and that was the first time. Like we have a picture of like Timbits hockey where Carter's playing 2 years up on my team, like hung downstairs, awesome. Right? So it's pretty cool to be able to have that, and then that the threes one with the two of us in it. So as much as he's a little pain in the ass, it is pretty cool to play with him, and it's nice to share, all the the Essex 73s, the fans, the boys. It's nice to share that with him. So
yeah, the Dembinski boys. It's awesome, right? Like
yeah, it is.
How many guys get to say like they played with their brother on the same team like for a couple years now, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's it was cool. He signed. Yeah, he signed as a 16-year-old, and we missed that first season, but there was a couple of the older guys that I played with my first year that I was hoping he was going to get to play with, but it's just the way she goes, I guess.
So last year you got to play a lot with Carter on that second and third line, kind of mixed around with Bugsy, right?
Yeah.
You guys are kind of a unit out there. But I'm curious, the changeover from Danny being head coach to now Jamie. I have to watch. He's got a nickname, but we won't. Anyhow, so just talk about what the systems, how they're different now. Like, what's the difference? Is there any difference? And what is it like with Jamie? I know he likes to mix the lines up a lot more. Every night it seems there's a different line going out on every shift. So.
Yeah, well, we got a really deep lineup this year. Last year we didn't have as many guys, so there's always a couple guys that have to, sit in the stands. But honestly, it helps with guys. A lot of guys injuries, suspensions, whatever else. So that's also a huge reason why they moved the lines around. But I think we got a very skilled team. I think everybody can play with everybody, and everybody's real tight knit in the room. So I don't think that's an issue. And as for systems go, like. I don't think our systems have changed too much. I think the one big thing is we used to break through the middle a lot, overload and jam the one side of the ice, where now we're kind of spreading the ice out more. Other than like it's just simple hockey, right? Pucks deep, pucks out, and making sure we're blocking shots, laying body, and then opportunities present themselves. That's the big thing this year, I think. That's what Jamie's been stressing a lot. So yeah, I think that has a lot to do with our success.
Is Jamie not a big take care of your own end first and the other end will take care of itself?
No, he is definitely take care of our end first. Right. Definitely a big defense guy, which, I agree, take care of your own zone and opportunities come for the O-zone, right? But yeah, he definitely stresses that we got to take care of our own zone. We've started to be more aggressive on the penalty kill and, making sure that we don't get goals scored on us. I think we're like first or second in goals against in the whole league, so we want to keep that up.
Yep. You guys combined have the most shutouts amongst goaltenders.
Oh, those goalies are nuts, man. Straight fucking nuts. Those
Pretty
guys.
awesome when you can rely on those two.
Oh, they're so
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, boys are never worried when we got Cavan or Brider in that. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And it's pretty
Now-
cool. Cavan's little brother got his first goal last night.
I know you should have seen
Yeah.
his dad glowing yesterday. Sean was just like fucking over the moon, bro. Like,
Yeah, it was awesome.
Big night
he's
in
buying
that.
beers everywhere. Like beers, beers. Who wants beers? Like my kid's got a shutout. My other kid's got a goal. Let's go.
That was a big night in that house.
It was
Yeah.
a big night. It was a
That's
big
awesome.
night.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And like I said about the smile on his face, like you couldn't have punched it off it.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Like he was one proud papa.
Yeah. Well, I guess there's just
And
one
he's,
more.
he's been on the show too, right? So
Yeah.
we've all heard about the sky dumps and all that shit, whatever.
Oh,
No pun intended.
Speaking of scoring goals this year, you got a hat trick. I think it was the first game I seen you play wearing our name on the
We were
back.
there. Tristan got
Yeah,
the number
Yep,
three.
I got her all on
too.
film.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
The two goals you got were like beautiful shots.
They're gross.
Yeah.
Snapping the bottle off the top of the
Oh,
net
yeah.
has to be the greatest fucking shot
Fuck yeah.
ever. Right?
Yeah, that
7
was a
seconds
fun
after
night.
his last one.
Yeah, what was
Yeah.
going through your head? Like, what was going through your head that night? Just shoot the puck. Did you know you were hot? Like, did you kind of know that was going to be your night?
Well, I mean, so I missed the first game of the season because of injury, and then that was my first home game, right? So
And we were
Uh,
pissed.
Yeah, I was
We
like,
were
"Where's
yeah,
pissed.
our
no,
guy?"
I know.
Yeah,
I wanted
we
to
were
play.
like, "Where's
Are
our
you kidding
guy?
me?
Where's our?" We
I
come to the
want-
first
I
game
tried,
of the
but
season.
they wanted me to
Where's
rest,
our
so-
guy?
Yeah.
Had to rest the shoulder that night, but yeah, but I was just excited. I wanted to come in and make an impact first home game of the season for me at least, and getting the first one in the first period, I was pumped. First goal of the season, it's always a good feeling. And second period, I think it was the second period, puck popped out to me in the slot, and I was able to get another one. And then me and Halsey and Hammer were feeling good, right? Puck slips the defenseman, he takes a spill, and I had a couple seconds to get a shot off. So it was pretty cool. That was my first career hat trick, so it felt pretty awesome.
How fitting wearing that on the back of your shirt.
Yeah, exactly
Yep.
too.
I was like, this is beautiful. What advertisement?
Extra
And
boost.
I'm high fiving everybody in the beer
Oh,
garden,
fuck
going,
yeah.
"That's our guy."
Oh yeah.
That's
I was
our
like, that's
guy.
our boy right there. I
Yep.
love it. Fucking love it.
So
here's a funny story. So we say like, "Hey, we're gonna get we want to sponsor a jersey to the 73s," and they say, "Yeah, no problem." Like we say, "Well, we'd like Shirky or Halsey because we had them on the show or whatever," and they're like,
Yeah, Essex
we're,
boys.
we're gonna put it on Conor Dembinski," and I'm like, "Who? Who's this kid?" Hey, but I knew who you were. Like, don't get me wrong. So we're just trying to give it a guys. I'm like, fuck this. Like, why can't we put it on who we want? But could they have given us a better guy? Nope.
he's the man. He's the
Yeah,
man.
he's a
Yeah, I
beauty.
mean,
He's a
Thanks,
beauty.
boys.
Him and his brother. I love them both. Like, they always come over and say hi to the boys when they see us, and they always make sure they, make a special trip over and say, "Hey, what's going on?" I love it.
Yeah, because
love
I know opening night when you were out there for a bit, I think you and I talked like briefly that night. I think
Yeah, I believe
like,
so.
I was just asking you how you were feeling and everything like that. But yeah, man, I'm glad that the like shoulder issue wasn't anything huge, and trust me, we're happy that you're our guy. Okay.
Cool. I appreciate that. I'm happy to be wearing the hat trick hockey on the back. I was pumped when I saw that act. Like when you guys shot me that first note, I was like, that's pretty cool, man.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. So
I'm curious. After that loss you guys took in the second game of the season, it would have been your first game to Wheatley.
Yeah.
What was said in the room after that? Because you guys since then have been lights out and blasting every team. So I'm curious. What was Jamie relaying to you guys that maybe changed things up?
well, honestly, we started to get the boys started to get on each other a bit. We we were losing. I mean, it wasn't only second game of the season, but we felt like we were pretty solid, and we were losing the second game of the season, so we were kind of freaking out. And Jamie was just saying, boys, it's the second game of the season. Like, relax. Like, shit happens and we're going to move on. And since that night, I think we were getting on each other, but I think the boys just started to glue. We know we're not going to win games if we get on each other. So now we get down a goal, we pick each other up, it's, hey, bud, come on, keep going. Let's go get another one. Let's tie it up. And instead of fuck, man, like we need to get that deep or whatever. Like we're helping each other out, picking each other up, and I think it's making all the difference.
Right on. Yeah. Right. Just keep moving forward. Stuff's gonna happen.
Exactly. And I think it kind of woke us up a bit. We got to work hard to win games, every game, no matter what. And Wheatley's solid anyway, so everybody, we got to work hard, and we play the same way every game, and we're gonna be successful.
Yes.
I was gonna say, I think I've only seen you guys down like twice this year, and you guys came back both times. But you were down too both times.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
big. You guys did the same thing to Blenheim, I think, 2 nights in a row. You had a back-to-back with them, one on the road and one at home.
Yeah.
And you guys
maybe.
were
I
down.
can't
You guys
remember.
were down 2 on the road, came back and won. Because I remember Halsey got a shorty in
Oh, I
Blenheim.
think that was against Dresden. I think it was Dresden Blenheim. But yeah.
That's what it was.
Halsey
Yeah.
grabbed a shorty, and we came back because Dresden went up on us like 3-1 or something, and we had to come back in the third. So that was a good win too. That was good for the boys.
Yeah, that night at home, you guys were down 2-0 and you won the game, I think 3-2.
Yeah, I think so.
Love seeing it. Love it.
Yeah, it's awesome. When we're able to do that.
Connor, do you find that you guys start slow?
I think sometimes like last
It's almost
night,
like
I
a
think we had a
feeling
slow
out
start.
process that you guys do. Like it's
It takes us a minute to get going.
I only go to the home games, but you know what I mean? Like I find that your first period is almost like a feeling out period, like work, and then second period rolls around and it's just like bing bang boom, score, bing bang boom, score. Like and it always seems to be a nice 3-pass like triangle play. Like you guys scored some fucking beauties last night.
Oh my
like
God.
with off the half wall to the bottom of the net, out front, boom, scores. Like,
Yeah.
I was just like, oh my God. And I remember you were giving one of the guys shit because he drilled you from behind into the boards. And I'm like, what the? Like I saw exactly, and then you're looking at that guy going, "Fuck you, fuck you."
Yeah, that was funny. He got me good, and
Yeah, he did.
got
And
me
it
from
was
behind.
a straight up hit from behind.
Yeah, but I was able to get the puck out to Kale,
Yep.
and Kaber got his first goal. So
It was awesome.
he said something to me when he hit me. So once we put the puck in the net, I had to give it back to him, right?
Yeah,
So,
no,
That's
of course
awesome.
you do. Of course you do. And no, it was a beauty. Like I just couldn't believe that. And then, like not short after that, that's when it kind of got crazy.
Yeah.
With all the shit going down. Like it seemed like to me, Moortown started running around like idiots.
Yeah. They
and
were after
then
Turkey there.
you guys weren't having it. And is it me or am I seeing this wrong? Does Fields not have the shortest wick on that team?
Oh,
Yeah, Fields.
Like his wires get crossed, right? It's like, nope, this is not happening.
I mean this in the nicest way fucking possible because I love Fieldsy, but that guy, when he plays hockey, is a complete psychopath on the ice.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I mean that in a
yeah.
good way.
You
I mean
should
that
say
in a
no
good way.
offense. Say no offense. And
No
then,
offense, but
like,
hey, I've seen so many guys
but he's a
run at
psycho.
him, and he reverse hits more. I think more than anybody on the team.
Yeah, man.
But he's always, the puck's always out with him. It's always out.
Oh, but
like,
he does protect his players. Like
fucking
Oh,
right,
yeah.
he does.
Well, there was that
Like-
that game against Amherstburg.
the cross check in the head.
Yeah.
The
No, it was
suspension.
an elbow. He elbowed
Like,
Bugsy. A
I
kid from
was like,
Amherstburg elbowed
he
Bugsy.
just snapped his stick, and the kid because it was an elbow to his player, and then he went over there and snapped his stick, and I'm just like,
I know he only had the one
did
stick.
I
He
just
was all
see
upset.
that? Did I just see
He's like, shit, it's my only stick. What am I gonna do? It's
Going back to like last night, I thought one of the big things is, so they went after Shirky, at center ice there when all hell broke loose. I want to give a big shout out Jack Ballmer. He fucking jumped in there without hesitation. Okay. Jumped in there without hesitation. That guy that he fought last night, I'm telling you, had probably 40 to 60 pounds on him.
Oh, he's a big
And
boy.
it was a fucking scrap.
Tilt.
It was a
tilt.
It was a tilt. I thought he did so good. I was so impressed with him. So Jack, good on you.
He had his bucket off right away.
Fucking right. It was like
and right in front of the bench,
yeah.
like, and all the
They
boys were
went-
just slamming on the
Oh
board.
yeah, they
like,
went toe
"Let's
to toe.
go."
It was honestly, it was a great scrap. So Jack, good on you hopping in for the boys.
Yeah,
Okay,
that was.
can I say something on top of that? So if they would just let you guys play hockey, and give me your opinion on this, Connor, is that if you're gonna scrap, but you don't, you get a game right off the bat, you're out. So instead of what happened last night, and it was a terrible incident, and nobody's trying to hurt anybody, but instead of it being just a drop the gloves and grab a hold, it ends up being a wrestling match, and somebody falls the wrong way, and now the game's over.
Mm-hmm.
Because that boy laid on the ice last night, and all it was, I watched the whole thing, and it was just a straight up wrestling match, and one ended up getting the better of the other.
Mm-hmm.
And so instead of just dropping the gloves and tearing off the buckets and going, none of that would have happened.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that was
like,
scary.
am I wrong?
That was a scary incident.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
And I got the greatest information today from Jordan Broman, and Jordan Broman said he had the CAT scan, he had the MRI done, and everything's moving, everything's good. Like, but it was not an intent to injure. Like, that would mean, like, say me and you, Connor, are just wrestling around and fucking around, and you drop me on my head, and like by sheer accident,
Yeah.
you get intent to injure. No, we were both engaged in a wrestling match.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
that's
that
what
was-
they don't understand about the intent to injure. So his 5-game suspension went to 4. They dropped it 1 game. But I still don't understand the intent to injure. It's a hockey play.
Because they
I believe that
match to it. A match is an automatic 5-game suspension. A
Yeah.
match.
Right, but
That's why.
they-
So
But
he
still,
got
they
5
went
minutes
to
plus the match
arbitration.
penalty.
Yeah, they went to an arbitration and they dropped it to 4. But I don't understand, if you and I are engaged in a wrestling match that and you get hurt and I don't,
Mm-hmm.
I get it's like saying we dropped the gloves, you knocked me out. Well, that was intent to injure.
Who did he get mixed up with again? It was
I don't know. I don't even
think
know
it was
which guy
Austin.
it was.
It was Austin.
Yeah, Goover.
Oh, it was Gouvermont. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, and I told him actually, I don't know if it was late last night or earlier today. I just told him, like, next time you guys have them, like, heads up, buddy. Like, they might come for you, but
Yeah.
I said they
And-
might,
Yeah.
they might not. But I was just like, heads up, buddy, because I don't want to see him get hurt or anything. I know
They got Connor on there. You'll be all right.
Yeah.
So,
Dembo
was
the
just
nail
like-
gun.
He's a team player.
So, but yeah, shitty incident, but
It was,
Yeah,
it was
was-
terrible. It was terrible. But like that, like I'm saying, like if you could just drop the gloves, nobody gets
that guy
hurt
was
like
hanging, that guy was hanging all over him.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the thing is, like, Connor could probably even speak more to this. Knowing Austin, that's not his personality at all. He's
No,
not the
he's
guy.
that.
To
He's
go-
had
Not
six.
at all.
He's
No.
had 6 penalty minutes up until then.
Yeah.
He had 6 penalty minutes up until then.
Yeah.
He's
And I-
not an idiot. He's not
No.
like
And that's
I don't
6
know.
minutes in like what 17 games?
right,
Yeah, like nothing.
Yeah.
right.
No, he's not that type of guy. And I believe
No.
that they
He just got
rid
the
of
better
intent
of
to
the
injure.
wrestling
why they
match.
dropped
That's
it again.
all. That's all.
Oh,
He got
did
the
they?
better of the wrestling match, right?
Yeah, but I don't know why it's still 4 games if they got rid of the intent to injure. I feel like they should drop it more.
And I
but-
don't understand it either. Like,
Mhm.
how come that doesn't go to arbitration and say, okay, listen, so you guys are giving up the intent to injure. Why does he still have 4 games?
Yeah, I don't know.
Let me ask you guys something. If you guys had to make the call on that, how many games would you have actually given them? None.
I personally, I don't know. From what I've been told,
Tristan, you cut out there for a second.
oh, sorry. I didn't have the opportunity to see the game. I was busy, but from what I've been told, like I was texting Halsey today, and he said it was they both just kind of got mixed up
Yeah.
and fell the wrong way. It wasn't
I
even
was
like
sitting right there.
like he didn't try to drill the guy's head into anything. He just landed awkwardly.
No.
Yeah,
And it was because the severity of the injury was they had to take someone, and for an amount of time, because it was presumed at the time that guy was going to be out an extended period. So, and he may be. So,
yeah, I heard that he just came back from injury, so I hope he's okay. And like I was even after the game, we were talking between the benches with some of their players. They were good about it. They knew he got mixed up, right? Like it wasn't like we were chirping or anything. We were just, I hope he's okay. Is he awake? Talking, joking around. Not about that.
Well, you're
obviously,
concerned.
but
It could have been
talking to
any
those
one of
guys.
you
Yeah,
guys too, right?
exactly. Like it wasn't on
Flip the
purpose.
script.
They knew that. We knew
you guys
that.
care. You guys care.
Yeah, you never want to see that. That's scary,
No.
man.
Right.
It's scary. It's not. I mean, I've seen it before. And minor hockey, me and Halsey had a game where a kid got stretchered off like that, and it's just the scariest shit, right? You never know who it's going to be, and you never want it to be somebody or somebody on your team, or even somebody on another team. So
in the end, like some shit's just way bigger than the actual like game itself,
yeah,
right?
exactly.
Well, nobody wants anything bad. Like nobody wants somebody paralyzed. Nobody like holy fuck. I couldn't imagine that. Telling people I was at that game when that happened.
Yeah.
And he's in a wheelchair or eating through a straw, like holy fuck, man. Like
when that
especially over something so stupid, right?
so
just
stupid.
a wrestling match.
And like I said, it's a wrestling match that because you've taken fighting out of the game, that they couldn't have just dropped the gloves and had at her. And then the refs have time to get in there. Now it's just a wrestling match. And like, how does a ref get in there?
Yeah, you can't when they're tangled up, right?
Right. Because you don't want to step on fingers. You don't want to, you know what I mean? Because sooner or later somebody's gonna fall. What happened to Shirk?
Oh, Shirky. Honestly, I didn't see the whole play, but
he got dropped on his face.
Yeah,
because the linesman tied them up.
He's got a big
shiner. The linesman tied them up, and his bucket got popped.
Yeah.
Like, because I was watching both. I was watching this and I was watching the fight over here. So I'm watching him and I'm going to say it.
Oh boy.
Those linesmen are too rough. All you have to do is put an arm in, get between them. When they all went down.
Yeah, there was a pile.
They went down in a pile.
Yeah, it was nuts.
And that shouldn't have fucking happened. I'm sorry.
What they need to do is just sit back and let those two go.
Let them get tired.
Let the two fights go. Let them go at once.
What are you doing? Like you want to be a part? Like you're not being a part of the solution. And so what I saw was Shirk's arms get tied up. They're wrestling around. Next thing you know, Shirk goes down and his face hits the ice.
Yeah, that's fucked, man.
And he can't protect himself. Where if he's in one and he gets dinged, well, he can put his hands down and you know what I mean?
The other thing I was thinking too is they called Shirk for the second fight, same stop.
And he was in the first fight.
And
I couldn't believe that Balmy
he was the original fight. To me,
I know.
100% he was. The second fight started over by the bench.
Yeah, because Balmy came in and was standing up for our captain.
For grabbing, he grabbed him out of the pile.
Right, so that was awesome because Balmy's a lacrosse player, but I don't think he's ever fought before, and he just went toe to toe. It was a great tilt.
Awesome.
Oh yeah,
that was a good banger. That was a really good banger, awesome. And I haven't seen one in a while, but it was very impressive, especially because he was holding him up like this. And he had the domey thing going. I'm like,
he did a good job bobbing and weaving.
If he gets him, it's coming from the floor.
I was
Yeah,
just
it was
thinking too.
good.
I'm like, oh my god, Jack, because he did a good job, like bobbing and weaving and stuff like that. But he fucking landed a couple bombs on that kid, man.
Well,
Like,
boys, you know what I say? You got to get up to get down.
yeah, he was fucking But I was very impressed with him on that.
You gotta watch some of those wiry guys. It could land a couple good quick ones on you, and you'll never see it coming. So
What I was
Oh,
happy
yeah.
to see too is just
He took a couple punches. He took a
Yeah, he
couple
did.
solid
Oh, yeah.
punches too, man.
Oh
What
yeah,
I was-
he's a big boy.
He's got
you
a
know? He is
jaw.
a big guy,
He's
man.
got a jaw, and I
He-
fucking loved it.
he had to have been, oh fuck, when he pulled that guy out of the pile. I feel like-
He
But
pulled him
still,
off.
you know
Yeah,
what?
but zero hesitation. He went right away. As soon as he grabbed the guy, he shot him, and I was fired up. I love
But he had his
that
bucket
shit.
off like that,
Oh,
eh?
yeah.
Like
Yep.
his bucket came
Well, a
off
lot of
right
those
away. I'm
guys
like,
probably
oh,
wear
fuck.
them loose, right? So that way they'll just come off rather than your fucking neck getting jerked around, right?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
but I love the whole stick up for everybody.
I was just gonna say that. That's the one thing I like to see, the boys sticking together.
yep.
Yeah. Well, we're
Well,
like I
that-
said,
that's a
we're
big
close-knit
Essex
team,
thing,
so
right? That,
we're
like,
brothers in
obviously you can attest to that.
And you know what?
Connor.
Stuff like that goes a long way in the locker room with the boys.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, you can
Oh.
see how tight they are. Like when we went out and did the hot dog party
Yeah.
there,
Yeah, the tent.
and all the boys had the little kids in front of the net snapping it around and shooting on it, and they all came over and bought shit off of us, and you know what I mean. It was just it was just, you could see the way that Mike Lou Lamorello Paley
Yeah.
has built that team.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he knows it's not just bring a guy in because he's a great hockey player. It's bring a guy in because he's a good person too,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
and
Exactly.
you guys all get along. Now, if I can ask you this question, and you can answer it honestly, who do you think? So you were there. Have you been there 2 years or 1 year?
No, this will be
3 to
supposed to
4,
be my
right?
fourth, but this will be my third because of COVID. Yeah.
Okay. So that being said, who has been the biggest addition to the team this year? From top
This
to bottom,
year?
coaching, players, who do you think has made the most impact on your team?
Well, most impact and like nothing at all against Danny. I thought he was a great coach, but I think that just Jamie.
That was close. That was close.
I
He
think-
cut himself in half
No,
there.
no, we
I
don't
think
even
just-
have to cut that out.
No,
because
we
it
don't.
was-
That was good,
It was
buddy.
a
That
big
was a good
stunner
job.
step and then a drawback.
Oh,
and a
man.
layup. Yeah, perfect.
But I just not like I love Danny, but I just think
Yep.
we just changed things up this year. I think it's just a different game plan. I think the boys are responding to it, and so probably just having like Jamie there, it's just I think that's been good for us. As for players, I don't know if I can say one guy. Like Cavan coming in as rookie goalie, McCabe, like he's been solid, like solid. You know, guys, Arch, Goody, Hammer, Gabe Brett, who else? I'm trying to think.
Holy
A
fuck,
bunch
name
of
drop
guys
a
coming
couple
down
more
from
guys.
E, right?
Jeez.
Got it, man. Looking after.
Well,
the boys.
I just
No,
I can't
no,
I
I
can't
know. He
choose,
can name the
right?
whole team because they're all just
They're-
studs.
Those
They're
3
all
forwards
studs.
though, they've been really good. Like I think you know that I do the page, right, Connor? Where
Yeah.
the
Oh, yeah.
I do the player comparison, and all these guys are texting me their comparisons, and I was like, "Are you kidding me?" Like I usually do it my own. I'll watch
Yeah.
you guys, but I hadn't watched them play. And he tells me Ovechkin.
Arch.
Well, now yeah,
Fair
and
enough.
now you know what? He's got a wicked one-timer on that
He
power
does.
play. He sits down by the goal line and rips it. I'm like, okay. And he's leading your team in points right now. So
Yeah. Yes,
Who
yes.
was
Props to
that?
him.
I didn't hear
Jake
your name.
Archer.
You cut up.
Jake Archer.
Oh, when we had him on the show, and you were talking about it, and he's like, "Oh, I compare myself to Ovechkin." I'm like, "Holy
Mhm. What
But-
about Turkey? Fucking like a few weeks ago,
17
Oh,
fucking goals,
5 goal night.
leading the league in scoring."
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
only 2 apples. Like fucking dish it off a little bit.
I know, it's
bro.
funny.
Fuck that,
I've never,
Shirky. Keep
You
shooting, baby.
fucking
Keep
hot
shooting.
hog.
yeah, that kid definitely finds the net. Jeez, but it's
But
kind
he
of
shoots
funny
from
because
everywhere, anywhere,
yeah,
everywhere.
everywhere, and he
Turns
lets you
around.
hear it too.
Oh.
When he scores, he lets you know.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh! So like, it's kind of funny
awesome.
because I've never been on a team where if a guy like okay, if Shirky's scoring like a goal or two or whatever in like a big game, we're all fired up. But when it's like it was Wallaceburg, he gets fifth goal. I've never been on a team where the whole bench goes, "Oh man, we got to hear about this for fucking however long because this guy's got 5 goals tonight." I love him. I love him. I got like
Yeah.
he's a great kid.
All
It's
you
just
guys got
it's
it
so
because
I
funny
was
like
at
sometimes.
work. I was at work, but I was following the Facebook page, right? And I'm like, I just see Shirk, Shirk, Shirk.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, there's 3. That's good night. Shirk, Shirk. I'm like, holy fuck, he's got 5 tonight.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
everything he was putting on net was going in. It was crazy.
and then I see him at the bar and at the like you guys are going to have your food or whatever. And I'm like, 4 goals, nice job, Sittler. He's like 4.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
I knew it was 5, but I just wanted to give it to him.
That's
But he's
awesome.
like, what? 5?
Yeah.
I've
Come on,
goals.
get
Get
it
it
right.
right, Rob.
But what a team player he is, so right?
Yeah, no,
like,
he is. He loves the boys. Like he loves the boys. He'll stick up for all the boys. Like
first one in, last
well,
one
everybody
out.
will.
Yeah, first one in, last one out. That's what I see him.
Yeah, loves the game.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and loves having the boys over to the house or
Oh,
wherever
yeah.
you guys are going. He wants to make sure everybody's there, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. The guy slept at my house last night. It was a Tuesday.
One of those nights, eh?
Yeah, I guess so. We were at Chuck's. We
From
needed
last
somewhere to
night
go, right?
when you guys were at the Chucks.
Yeah. Wait,
Team
sorry. Wait,
bonding.
I didn't hear what you said.
I said from last night when you guys were at Chucks.
Oh, yeah. Then we headed back to my place for a little while.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to
Yeah,
do it,
yeah.
man. Team bonding.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah, there
it's
you
the
go.
best. But
and
yeah,
they
I
are.
need it. You
and
need it.
It's so awesome because it doesn't seem like anybody's left out. You guys
No.
take care of everybody and you make sure everybody's involved. And that's just a good chemistry, good gel, good everything, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like when we're all partying together, having a good time on the weekends, we're just that much closer in the room and on the ice, and it helps. I think it helps get everybody on the same page. Like when the boys are close, hanging outside of the rink, it's the best thing we can do.
Honestly,
sure.
man, it shows. It shows.
It does.
big time.
Yeah.
It does. The way
Big
they
time.
stick up for each other, the way they look out for each other, the way that you know what I mean? Like Fields, like I still go back to Fields when Buddy elbows and then he breaks his stick. Over
Wires
his head. I'm
crossed.
just like,
Yeah.
holy fuck,
Mhm.
man.
Yeah, you regretted
Yeah.
that immediately.
It's not even the first time I've seen him do that. That's the crazy part.
That's
I
I grew
what
up
it is.
playing against him and with him for a season, so
I love it.
going into a corner with Fields, he was always fucking like, "Oh shit," you
Mhm.
know. So
Man,
he's
you
solid,
guys,
that's for sure.
you guys, no, Tris, go ahead, buddy.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like from the time you started playing hockey competitively, we'll say, to this point, who would you say is the best player you've had the opportunity to play with or play against?
Well, I played against Quentin Byfield 2 or 3 times. Yeah, he
Second
fucking
overall
dusted me a
pick.
couple times. Holy. But like I got to play with in Sun County, there was some guys, Nick Chenard, he's the Owen Sound attack goalie. Ryan Gagne was my line mate. He plays in Oshawa, and then
Yep.
Matt Maggio was on that team too. So
Maj.
yeah.
Right on.
And I played with Brochu a little bit, but
Brett's my cousin.
yeah, I played with Broch. I went to high school with Broch, so I know him from school a little more. But
He's a good guy.
yeah, those guys were sick, man. And I mean that whole team, that whole Sun County team was good. Halsey was on that team too, bunch of guys. But yeah, those guys probably.
Mhm.
Right on.
Beauty. I'm tapped. So if you guys have anything else for him, fire away, fellas.
I just wanted to ask one last thing. Going forward, you guys obviously have had great success up to this point. What is going to help you roll, finally come out on top? Like, what's going to be
Sorry.
the X factor, do you believe?
The X factor for us this season. I think we got a lot of skill, we got a lot of chemistry and teamwork. So I think if we just mix that with hard work, like as long as we're out working teams, we're winning hockey games. So we can be skilled out, skilled as we want, but we're not going to win games if we're not working hard against anybody. So I think hard work, staying on the same page, and playing our game. Playing our game when we're forechecking teams and we're on them. I think we're pretty solid. So
Yep. Essex hockey. Right
yes,
on.
sir, exactly. Essex hockey. Hard
Punch you in the
work.
mouth,
Yeah.
right? That's
Yep.
the way you guys play, and that's any good teams that have ever come out of Essex have always been punch you in the mouth hockey, and you don't have to be the most skilled. You don't have to be the most, agile, whatever you want to call it. But as long as you're a team,
Yeah.
that's all that matters. Like there's
Mhm.
been so many good teams that have come out of Essex. But my question to you is, it's a two-part question. If I had a rooster and you had a donkey, but your song got to play as your goal scoring song, what would your song be?
My goal song.
Yeah. There's a little joke I
Oh.
was trying to throw in there, but I changed my mind.
So my goal song. I always thought, so there's this song. It's called "Hell Yeah" by Rev Theory. It's like the start for the show Blue Mountain State. I always thought that one would
Oh,
be
okay. Yeah.
a great song to score a goal
Awesome.
and just go by the bench too.
So how about you talk to your general manager and say no more fucking horn. When the guy scores, let's get our PA announcer on it and play his song. So every
Yeah,
guy
that'd be
gets to
pretty
go
cool.
up and throw his song up. What do you think Shirky's song would be?
Oh, jeez. I don't know.
Maybe something from
Shirky.
Taylor Swift.
Yeah, something like Shania. I actually feel you'd be Shania Twain. Fuck, what would Shirky
Man,
be?
Shirky would be the kind of guy to have like Jackie Moon on there.
Yeah, something like that. Something. Yeah, some "Love Me Sexy" by Jackie.
Yeah,
Moon.
exactly.
That's funny.
That'd be awesome.
Oh, that's awesome. That's what I'm going to start asking. That's going to be the new question. It's going to be, what would your song be and what would somebody else's song be?
I was
Yeah,
trying to figure
that's
out where you
awesome.
were going with it when you started to mention all the like farm animals and shit.
Yeah.
I was like,
Rooster
what's
and
going with
donkey.
this?
Yeah. No, I was trying to roll into it with coming up with another question on top of it. So yeah, I got it done.
Oh, okay.
But hey, Connor, like it's been awesome. We're so glad to have you on, and
Yeah.
love watching you play the game, buddy.
Boys.
Yeah, man.
100%.
Appreciate you guys having me.
I just want to tell you, good luck the rest of the way. Like I said, we're really, really happy that you're like wearing our shit on your shirt and stuff like that. We're super happy with that. Good luck, buddy. Stay healthy, and we're fucking watching, buddy. Let's fucking go, baby.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me, boys. I appreciate it. And I'm pumped to be wearing your sponsor bar still.
Thank you, Connor. Keep rolling, man. Keep hitting those hat tricks. It's good for our brand.
Yeah,
Now
I'll
we're
do
gonna
my
need one
best.
more
man.
out of you this year. We're gonna
Yeah.
need one more.
All right, thanks, buddy.
Yeah, thank you guys.
And there he was, Essex, Conor Dembinski, our boy, wearing the hat trick hockey name on his back of his sweater. That was a fucking good interview. That was a fun interview. What do you guys
It was.
think? He's a beauty.
We've had better, but whatever.
Fucking Rob just always talking shit to everybody constantly.
You gotta stir the pot. No, but he was a total beauty. Like, I love the guy. Like, just a stud. And like I said before, like wherever I see him, his brother, like all those boys, they always come over and say hi. You know, like they're good. They're good young human beings.
Mm-hmm.
Couple beauties, but
Yeah.
yeah, so that was fun. Any good time with him as always. Boys, Cale Makar. What the fuck? So he is the quickest blue liner to 200 points in NHL history. What do you guys think of that? Tris, what do you think?
So, out of watching all the hockey I do, no one impresses me more in the defensive position that I've watched in my whole lifetime. Mind you, it's been limited. No one impresses me more than Cale Makar. And it's just like you think about the names of guys who are like offensively talented defensemen in my lifetime, like Eric Carlson, 2014 Eric Carlson, like guys like that. That's what I thought the pinnacle of an offensive defenseman was. But now, like Cale Makar completely reshaped defense for the future. Like you can put up points and contribute at both ends of the ice. Like he's doing it, like you said, no one has ever done it before. So the ability he has to do that is gonna not only grow hockey, but players themselves. Because kids are gonna look and say, "Hey, I'm a forward. If I work on my two-way game, I'll learn to play defense and be a Cale Makar on my own in my league." Like I guarantee you, Cale Makar, they could put him up on the first line with Mikko Rantanen and Nathan MacKinnon tomorrow, and he'd put up ridiculous points as a forward because that's just the style of hockey he plays. It's always he gets in the zone. There's no dump and chase with him. He always carries the puck in the zone, and I love that. Dump and chase, it's a 50-50. Cale Makar, he says, I don't want to run those odds. I'll just carry the puck in and score a goal because he can.
That's how you do it.
Yeah.
Rob, what do you think over there? How do you see out of those paper cuts, by the way? But anyways, what do you got? I said, how do you see out of those paper cuts?
Well, here's the funny thing is I'm looking at my eyes in here and like I can't even see them. It's crazy. And I haven't smoked anything. I had a couple beers, but like I got this fucking cataract though. Jeez.
I got the cure.
But anyways, so okay, but what's his name? Like he might be a pretty good defenseman in Tampa Bay.
Sergachev?
Who?
Sergachev?
Talking about Victor Hedman?
Or Hedman, right?
Who?
So,
former
I'm thinking he's pretty good. And excuse me, could he have been like, remember, like, so Hedman's been in how many years? 10 now?
Roughly.
And Makar's been in
like 4,
three,
4, yeah.
Right?
Roughly.
So the game's changed that much since then. So you don't think that personally, if you split it down the middle, I would still take Victor Hedman as best defenseman still. But Cale Makar, so impressive. Like his so he's got quickest to 200 points in what, 196 games?
Something like that, yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
Yeah.
Like stat guy, you should know.
Yes. No, you're correct.
I'm just saying, like, that is incredible. But I'll take Nicholas Lidstrom in this era now than I would take Cale Makar.
Fair enough.
Hey, what was that? What was that you said?
I said I would take Nicholas Lidstrom before I would take Cale Makar.
Oh, yeah.
As the best defenseman ever to play the game.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah.
I would agree with that, yeah.
But then,
I agree.
But then you go back even further and you take Ray Bourque.
Yeah.
Not playing in this era. You take Bobby Orr not playing in this era. It's so hard.
What surprised me,
but it's so impressive what Cale Makar has done.
Yeah, what surprised me was actually who was 2 on that list for fastest to 200 points. Kind of a guy who doesn't get talked about it like enough, and I want to give him a little bit of a shout out. I don't. Zubov in Dallas. He was second fastest to 200
Yep.
points ever.
Yep.
What was he?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was 200 games. It was 200 games, 200
Yeah.
points.
That's crazy. Think about a point a game as a blue liner.
Yeah.
That's when Dallas was a wagon, though. They had Medano and Joe Nieuwendyk.
Like Medano with his cape. Fuck. What a stud.
Yeah, greatest American ever.
Yep. He's the greatest American hero. There used to be a series about him.
I know that. Look at what's happened to me.
I can finally now.
Okay, here. I'm gonna be -1, but I don't know what the fuck you guys are talking about.
Yeah,
What?
but that's what's crazy is that he knew and you didn't.
That's a great show. That's like
Yeah.
my wake up
Greatest
alarm in the
American
morning.
hero. The greatest American hero.
All right. I'm just gonna take the dash, boys. I'm just gonna eat it. Okay.
Anyway, but yeah, Makar is he's Cale Makar. He's in a league of his
Is
own in what he
stud.
does.
He's a stud.
Yeah.
I'll give that to him. For
You think
sure.
Colorado goes back to back?
No.
No, they lost.
No.
Well, I can't even say goaltending because goaltending didn't do much for them last year in the playoffs. So
You don't have to when you score 40 goals a game.
Hey,
had
my dark horse. Let's all pick a dark horse right now.
now.
Like just a
Yeah.
team just off
Right
of,
now.
off of whim who we think could win the cup
Yep.
of
Who do you got? Ant?
Dallas.
Who do you got?
Write these down, Tristan. Dallas.
You're saying Dallas, but they're first. Is that really a dark horse?
For me, it is because I would never fucking pick Dallas.
Okay, all right. I will say.
Are we talking
I'll
a
say.
team that's
I'll say. You know what? I'll say Tampa comes out of the shadows and scores again.
let's say, are we talking a team that's
I'll
we
say
know
they.
it's gonna be in, or a team that was kind of out, and like what do we just want a team that
No,
we
just a pick right now.
yeah, I would
Who you
I would,
pick?
Who do I pick?
Yeah,
Carolina.
Who you picking?
They're still my horse. Carolina.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say Dallas just because it was a team that I normally wouldn't pick.
And I'm going to say Boston.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And think about it, we didn't pick New Jersey, but we didn't pick
Yep.
fucking like you know
Yep.
what I mean. So
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I think New Jersey's on a run that they
You think
don't even understand yet.
you think it's gonna fade off?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
I don't think Boston is because let's talk about that for a second, quick second. Was it Bergeron that said, I'm going to take, they're like, we're going to offer you $9 million. And he said, nope, I'll take 6.5. And then he says, whoever wants to take more than me, go ahead. He goes, but I'm taking it for the team. And what does Marchand do? He says, I'll take 6.5 too.
Yeah.
And then what do? They load the fucking team.
But think about
Because
it.
you
though.
just saved yourself
That's
like
$7 million. Yeah.
$7 million right there.
That could be 2 to 3 guys on 1-year deals.
I'm telling you. So then you look at Toronto and these fucking pricks take as much as they can. What do you got? Oh, you got this much left? Yeah, I'll take that. So everybody else has to take $2 to $3 million. And you are not going to win a Stanley Cup with a $10 million player.
Can I say
Mark my words.
Can I say something about with the like Leafs and stuff real quick? Is I get on Johnny T and he has shoved it straight up my hoop.
Oh boy, we're
So
going to
far.
talk about that, right?
No, I'm just saying though, he has been I think he's been lights out this year. He's been good for the Leafs. So normally, as much as I rag on him and I say they should trade him, although they can still get something for him and this and that, he's a valuable piece right now. So yeah, I'm gonna say that he's got me just going, okay, I'm done, because he's been good. So I can't really hate on a guy that's throwing up points right now. So
can I give you Johnny T a little shout out right now?
sure.
Okay. So I'm gonna have to put the glasses on for this one. Okay, so last 300 games in the island, he was 129 goals. He was 288 points. He was 35 power play goals, and he was 18 game winning goals. Since he's come to Toronto, in 289 games, he's got 129 goals, matching the Islanders. He's got 195 points as a Maple Leaf. He's got 39 power play goals, and he's still got 18 game winners. Is that a mic drop?
I'd say so, yeah.
Is that not impressive? So we're talking about what? 4 years? 4 years with both?
Yeah.
Right? 100 and what was it? 300 games?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's amazing. But he also took, because he was offered to go to the Sharks or Anaheim.
Fuck, thank
And
God
they
he didn't do that.
Like before he got traded to Toronto or signed with Toronto, he was offered like $2 more million to go to one of those two teams. I can't remember. I apologize for everybody out there what team it was, but it was San Jose or Anaheim, and they offered him $2 more million than what Toronto was. So he basically took a pay cut to come to Toronto, and everybody knew he was going to get that money.
Mm-hmm.
But, so.
Yeah, but think about it, though. I'd want to play for the Leafs, too, if I was him. And that's not even counting because he liked the Leafs growing up as a kid. It's a better chance of winning.
They were a good team.
Oh, we fucking keeping you awake over there?
Oh, no.
This guy's fucking yawning in the middle of an episode.
Holy fuck. That's a first.
Yeah. But if I was him, I would want to go to the Leafs over fucking.
I wouldn't. I'd rather go to
Why?
Florida. I'd rather go to fucking Anaheim. I'd
Why?
rather go anywhere but Toronto, because their media are the biggest pricks. They ruin fucking careers. Let's talk about what was his name? Murphy.
Larry Murphy.
Larry Murphy.
Murph.
He comes to Toronto for 1 year. They boo him out of Toronto. What does he do? He goes to Detroit and wins a Stanley Cup.
That's usually how it works.
It does.
Lose in Toronto, win in Detroit.
Did Bob Rouse win a Stanley Cup with Detroit?
I believe he did.
Yeah, 97, the first
I
one.
want to say he did too.
Yeah.
He was in Toronto, got released, went to Detroit, won a Stanley
Just so you know, at some point he didn't win there, but just so you know, Wendell Clark was a Red Wing at some point.
Yes, this is true.
Yeah, and fucking when Detroit didn't win that time,
he was
everybody
a Blackhawk as
said
well.
Wendell Clark was gay.
Did you know that Wendell
Do
Clark?
you remember how hot Wendell Clark's wife was? Look it up.
I never thought he was
I'm
gay.
telling you, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. That's why I fucking hate Red Wing fans.
Here's another fun fact about Wendell Clark is when he was in Chicago towards the end of his career, he got to play on a line with Bob Probert.
How
Fun
fucking
fact.
tough was that line?
Fun fact out there.
How
So,
fucking tough would that line have been?
Just throwing that out there. for the
And
boys.
by the way, you're talking about how good Tavares is this year. Larkin has the same amount of points as him with 2 less games played.
No,
What was
no,
that again,
I
sorry?
wasn't asking.
Larkin has the same amount of points as Tavares with 2 less games played.
How much does Larkin make?
Less than him.
6.6 7.
What
Yeah,
an idiot.
So a little more.
What an idiot.
But he's coming up on a new deal, isn't he?
Yeah, they want to extend him, but he's probably going to be getting probably around 9 million. So
Well, don't be surprised if it's bigger, even with the CBA coming up. Right?
this is true. I think it'll be right around what
But then if you're him, do you dial it back and say, you know what? I'll take a little bit of a pay raise. Give me 7.5.
It all depends on what kind of leader he is.
You know what I mean? Give me 7.5 and then fucking keep the rest towards the
I'm going to take the Sidney Crosby discount. I'm not going to take the hometown discount. I'm going to take the Sidney Crosby discount.
Because I know Larkin is a Michigan boy. He's from Waterford, Michigan, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
So
Waterford Township.
So what do you want to do? Do you want to take the more money, like 9 million, 11 million?
I would take
Your
less.
family's not going to fucking go hungry, or are you going to win a cup?
But that's what brings us back to like Marchand and guys like that is these guys have already made their money. So for them to take $2-3 million less, it's not that big of a deal.
No, it's incredible. It's incredibly unselfish, right?
And I know like
those are guys that want to win the cup. And why are they 17 and fucking 2 now?
I want to say Yzerman.
Is that what they are, Tristan?
Yeah, they're 17, 2-1.
Right. Okay. So
2-0, 2-0. Yep. So they're correct.
I want to say, I think it was Lidstrom. Somebody from the Wings redid their deal, like in the middle of it, restructured their deal. So that way they had enough money to sign like one or two other, or to re-up one or two other guys just to keep them there.
Yzerman.
Yeah, it was Yzerman.
Yeah, well,
to keep Fedorov.
That was the summer they brought in Brett Hull.
Yes, and then I think later on, a couple years later, Lidstrom did it so they could keep Datsuk or Zetterberg, one of the two.
Just
in
because
between
those fucking assholes wanted more money. Like
At
you
least
think
60% of the cap,
Datsuk or Zetterberg should have made more money than Lidstrom?
No,
not a fucking chance.
No.
Not a chance.
At that time in his career,
Malkin should make more money than Crosby? Not a chance.
No. Fuck.
But they're those pricks. So
that's crazy though, man. Crazy. Anyways, should we go on to the next topic here?
Let's go.
Rob, you had something on Ohio State or something, didn't you?
Okay, so there was a racial shit giving out there. Fuck, I don't even want to put my glasses on to read this, but there was
here we go. Here comes the glasses.
Because there was a black player. Am I allowed to say that? I don't even know.
Yeah, you're good. That's politically correct,
Well,
I would
don't
say.
know. I want to be politically correct because we are Canadian. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. So, it's a terrible read too. Like this was from, it's an act of racism, which shouldn't even be involved in the game anymore. Like, I don't understand how this is still involved in the game. Like, there's so many, there's indigenous, there's black, there's Portuguese, all races play the game. You know what I'm saying? And I don't understand how these kids still can go back to the racial slurs. Like, if you're having growing up, we would chirp each other and say, "Fuck you, you fag." And now it's a terrible thing to say, right? Now it's a slur. And I apologize for what I said, but, or no offense, or however you want to say it. But that being said, How does this still come up? A black and white thing.
Yeah, it's stupid.
I don't get it. Like, what was it last year where overseas buddies pretending to eat the banana and
Yeah, it's all
you know what I
stupid
mean?
shit,
Like,
yeah.
what are we doing?
If you got that much of a problem with the guy, drop your gloves or shut the
Drop
fuck
the
up.
gloves. Drop the gloves.
You know what? Those are people who weren't raised right. They've got no human respect and no self-respect, and they're just trash of the earth.
Right.
They're gonna happen on an ice rink. They're gonna happen on the street. They're gonna happen in the workplace, and it's just, you know what? I really think it's not giving them the attention they seek. Honestly, I think by putting it on big newsstands, I think you're only enabling them to say like, yeah, and you're angering them more. Go and call me a racist, you know, and they're gonna feel more disdain for the opposing race if they already have that cracked ideology.
Yeah.
I just really think it's a I really feel
Tristan, you
that
said so
it's
many words that I don't even understand that no,
in
but
the
I
long and
know
short
you're
of it
trying to
is
make a point that makes sense to smarter people.
I knew exactly what he was talking about.
No, you didn't. Like, but whatever. But no,
I
I get it. I get it. But it's crazy that you lose your mind because, well, maybe this guy's a little bit better than you, right?
Yep.
And that's what you hit him with? Like, it doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah. So in other
You know
words,
what?
don't be Austin Matthews. Don't be a pussy and drop your gloves. Is pretty much what Rob's trying to say.
It's
Wasn't what I was saying.
it's a you know what? It's
I
a lot of
don't
it's
want Austin Matthews dropping his
Oh,
gloves
here we go.
ever.
a lot of it's like it's kind of like a cornered animal analogy, you know? They feel threatened for some reason because that person's either a different race or because they're better than them. So
Better.
they
I would go
choose
with better. I would
Right.
go with that's a better hockey player. And the only thing that you can come up with is
different skin color,
right.
which is stupid.
Right.
You know what else is different?
ridiculous.
The intelligence level of you, because you're
Right.
stooping that.
You've just made yourself this big.
Yep,
You know
exactly.
what I mean? Like,
You really think you're tough now?
Yeah.
No.
And not only that, Tristan, is if you've put all other white people into your fucking
Exactly.
stupidity.
And now it becomes again.
Yes.
This.
And it's us against them. And it's not because I don't say those words. I don't use those words.
No.
So, like, because of this fucking idiot says these words to this person.
Right. And then he brings it into being racial, drags everyone else through the dirt.
Yep. And we're all scumbags now because of it.
Yeah.
Because now it's a white privilege game, and that's not what it is. It's a hockey game. It's a fucking hockey game.
Exactly.
That this idiot and his parents didn't raise him right. Or his parents are fucking racist too.
And you know what? I'm sure it happens and vice versa, right?
I would smack the lips off my kid if I ever heard him use that word.
Drop kick him.
Well, you know what, Rob? Hopefully because of how you've raised him, and I'm sure because of how you've raised him, you won't ever have to do that.
No, and you're right, because that word never comes through our house.
Nope.
So, you know what I mean? And he grew up with an awesome friend that was a different race.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And my son in grade school got into fights because somebody called him something. And they're like, "Oh, your son's suspended again." I'm like, "What did you do this time?" "Oh, well, somebody called somebody something else, and your son hands on." And I'm like, "Okay, well, what are you doing?" Or like, he's suspended for 3 days. "What are you doing at home?" "That's none of your business what I do at home."
Yeah. So he's gonna go play Sony because I ain't gonna bug him.
Oh yeah, I just bought him a new game because of it. Right?
Fair
Yep.
enough.
That's called all the right reasons.
Pretty much. There's assholes everywhere. That's what.
Yes. But
There's assholes everywhere.
all assholes are brought up from upbringing.
This is true. And I will say this also. What I was trying to say earlier, Rob, and I kind of nailed it down to a few words. Don't give them a podium.
Well said.
Yeah.
Well said.
At the same point, you want to make people aware and say we don't want this, but don't give the ones who choose to do that any reason to continue doing it.
Right.
Boom. And you know what? We'll end that on that note.
That was a great. That was well said. Well said, Tristan.
One of the other things we want to talk about is the Senators. Right? So obviously they're trying to sell the team.
Oh, yeah.
25 different people that want to buy the team. How do you guys think this is going to play out?
I don't know. I want to see Ryan Reynolds get it. That'd be awesome.
Yes.
I do too. I'm not gonna lie.
Could you imagine like what's it, Deadpool coming out and like
wearing a Senators
ice,
jersey?
Deadpool. It's fucking Deadpool.
Yeah.
And he's standing at center ice. But you know who else I heard is really interested in it? Reese Witherspoon.
Maybe they'll team up.
There you go. A couple of actors.
Well-known Canadian actors and probably at the top of their game, because Reese Witherspoon is one of the highest paid actresses, directors, whatever you want to call her. And then you got Ryan Reynolds that fucking every guy wants to be with him, every girl wants to sleep with him.
Did you just say the same thing twice?
I think he did.
Every guy wants to be him. Every girl wants.
There
to
we go.
sleep.
Wants to
There
be
you go.
him.
You said the first time you said every guy wants to be with him. I'm like, I don't want to be with him.
No, every guy wants to be him. Every girl wants to sleep with him.
There we go.
I'll like hang out with them and have beers and stuff, but
Yeah, no, I'm okay. I'll take a pass. But
No, I'll sleep with them.
first
Like,
thing they got to
Ryan
do is
Reynolds.
get that fucking team out of Canada. Get that fucking team out of Canada. Put them in Ottawa, in the city, not in fucking Canada.
Yeah, but Ottawa's got to fucking build a new arena.
But I think they said that if it goes to new ownership, that they were going to.
Well, we'll see.
Well, there was a guy.
Ryan Reynolds has all the, like, he could get who was Josh Brolin. Get Josh Brolin on board too. Could you imagine, like, what was his name in
Thanos?
It was what?
Thanos.
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 Not in Thanos. No. When he was in Deadpool, he was
oh my gosh, I can't even
Kill
think.
Shot.
Yeah.
Was it Kill Shot?
I don't know. I keep thinking of Colossus, the big silver guy.
I wish
but
my
that's
kid
not
was
him.
here right now because I almost want to say it's Kill Shot, but yeah, get Josh Brolin. Like, oh my god, like, let's go. I would be a total Ottawa Senators fan.
Another possible buyer was a billionaire. I forget his name, from Hamilton. He was
Oh,
rumored
the
to be.
Blackberry guy?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, no, he was interested fucking 10 years ago.
I just saw that someone still interested from Hamilton. But anyhow, I don't know. I could see that team. Well, whoever the new ownership is, I think they could really reframe their image.
Absolutely.
And if it
Absolutely.
ends up being Ryan Reynolds, I think he'd bring a lot of creative works with him. So.
I think you're 100% right. And that's why I said I would leave the Leafs if Ryan Reynolds took over Ottawa.
Did you see when they gave him a like standing O at the game, how kind of awkward he felt for it? Did you guys see that?
Yeah.
No.
You could tell, he was kind of like
Yeah, but was that when he got his hand shut off and he had the baby arm coming?
I don't know. It was weird though. He was kind of like, he just kind of looked very uncomfortable, shall we say.
He's just acting.
Because he wasn't in like a booth and shown on the screen. He was amongst the fans.
Yeah.
And they all like turned and looked at him.
And he's like,
yeah, like,
They put the big spotlight on him.
Yeah. No, but he's a beauty.
It was
I
funny,
love
but-
that guy.
But he was on Jimmy Fallon, I want to say, and so Fallon asked him about it, like, is it true that you were interested in buying the Ottawa Senators? And he was like, it is true. So it is true.
That's awesome.
So
That's awesome. I love it.
So
Like, get somebody that cares, not that
Mhm.
somebody that's just trying to make fucking money.
and he's a Senators fan too. That's what makes it fucking sweet.
And he's
Yeah,
Canadian.
he was born in Vancouver, but grew up in the area. So
He grew up where?
in the Ottawa metro area.
Your Gusto fucking internet cut out again.
Guesto now.
went
Hey, no
from
shame to my friends on
Woodsley
Guesto.
to Guesto to fucking.
It's Woodsley, it's Gusto. It's
How about
That's
Comber?
just
We
you.
could throw some shade on Comber.
Fuck,
I'll
Dad.
go from there.
Get some fucking serious internet there. Let's go.
St. Joe
Come on,
will be
Pat.
next. That's funny. But yeah, so I could see him, like, you know, buying the team and hopefully turning things around in Ottawa. So
For
it
sure.
would be nice.
Just for Drew. Just
Yeah.
for Drew.
For Drew's sake, yeah, Drew's ass should be
Just for
on here
Drew's
talking
sake.
to us about
Yeah.
it, but
Yeah.
because let's face it, he probably knows more than us on it.
Yeah.
But
Okay, I'm done.
yeah, boys, I'm fucking
I got
tapped
nothing
out.
left.
You guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode a little longer than usual, but the boys are snapping it around, so we don't want to interrupt that shit. But anything else you guys want to add, or anything that you guys want to talk about, or is everybody good?
I just want to add that thank you so much, all you fans that I've seen in person since I started on the show. I appreciate it very much, you guys welcoming me, as well as you, Rob and Ant, into this small family unit we got here. And it's
I have never welcomed you yet.
all right. Well, hopefully I get that welcome when you buy me steak dinner.
But you're welcome. You're welcome.
When you buy me steak dinner, I love it.
Anyhow, being
No,
good
I
fans.
love it. I love it, bro. I'm so glad that you jumped on board with us.
Yeah, we're happy, man.
We're having a blast doing this. This is probably one of the longest episodes I've ever fucking.
This is
not
probably
wanted
one
to
of the
do.
longest episodes that we've ever
I'm
done.
talking.
No, says the guy.
I'm like, this is probably one of the longest episodes I never wanted to do. But surrounded by you two knuckle fucks, it's awesome.
Hey, we
It's awesome.
get her done, fellas. And this was, I thought too, one of the episodes that we actually like didn't just agree on everything. We all kind of fucking, you know, like no, like we all kind of had our own thing. Which is
No, I
nice.
love it.
Which is nice.
And I still have to put up with you two fucking
Yeah.
Red Wing assholes.
And the chirps are flying, so it's beautiful. So,
And I'm getting a steak dinner out of it, boys.
oh god,
Let's
yeah.
go.
Yeah, okay. Sure.
Let's go.
Hey, Wings just won 3-0, by the way.
Yeah, just so you know.
What's the Toronto score?
Oh yeah, before we go off the air, what's the score of the Leafs?
It's probably pretty similar.
It's probably a final.
Yep, it is. It's at the bottom here.
2-1
No,
Leafs.
2-1 with a minute left.
2-1 with a minute left. So we'll see what happens for that. As of
Yeah,
right
they're
now,
playing New Jersey. Who did fucking Detroit play?
Nashville.
Who's still good.
Oh yeah, what's their record?
They were third in the they are now now they're 500 because the Wings just beat them. So
Oh, weird. All right, boys.
Until next week,
Love your faces.
Ant, Rob, Tristan, we're signing off. We're
good to
outta
see you
here.
guys.
We'll talk to you.
All right, bye-bye.
I've lost my fight with time. My numbers up and up the line. I gaze at the darkness, so empty. Just looking for the light. Shout for help, but no one's there. Need a guiding hand, someone who cares. All alone in the darkness, I've realized for the first time I am scared. If I could do it all again, if I had one more chance, my friend, I would rewrite all my wrongs. I would find where I belong. I got lost along the way. I had so much more to say.